Hello, everyone. We're here. It's us.
Oh,
That was almost a fucking Christopher Walken voice.
That was
Hello.
the speed milk.
Yeah.
Right out the gate. We love you,
Sorted.
Mel. We miss you.
Yes, as you can see, no Mel today. Sadly, a blank space where Mel fills our hearts usually is not here, and is instead filling us with steed milk. Welcome, everybody. We're here for some Fabula Ultima. We're back. It is Wednesday, my dudes, and I am definitely prepared. Yeah. Let's see. Updates. We got spawners. Go check those out. There's gonna be in the chat. I think we've already covered the boners.
I do that in my head every time as well.
Justin truly started something.
It's locked and loaded in there now.
We have Discord. We have Patreon. If you like the chat that we have going here in the Discord or in the Twitch chat, come hang out with us in Discord. I'm just gonna stop talking.
Words.
Get on that ditch cord and slot yourself into our Plopion.
Join our foursome.
So I talked a lot earlier today, and also that. But yes, come join us on Discord for sultry Discord chats.
We'll put some milk in your tea.
Ooh, woo.
Woo.
I don't want to drink my tea anymore.
Would it be better if it were stead milk? We have that emote too.
Yeah, I would prefer stead milk. Thank you.
Anyway, we did Patreon. We did that one. That's in there. Come follow us on Patreon. We might have something new. I was just talking to Matt. I want to do a space game, and I might just make that happen. We'll see. But other than that, we got other stuff in Patreon. Some fun, cool things in Patreon. Go follow that. Mel runs a game there. There's other stuff. You can eventually, hopefully, I keep saying this every week and I haven't done anything for it yet, but like you will eventually be able to do something with this game in Patreon.
Maybe next month, because we do update those monthly, right? Yeah. So we got April coming up, and first full team up episode of Which Fated Souls is going to be on April 1st next week. So tune in for that. Rule just dropped. By the way, Rule, if you do not know, is our fantastic editor for all the Patreon content. He does all of the cool like sound splicing and like audio effects and stuff. And he just dropped a little teaser of like the cliffhanger for episode 5, and it's just so fucking good. It's really I'm very much enjoying the little sneak peeks.
We have so much good content. Go follow it. Go look at it all. We also have a YouTube. I feel like we don't talk about the YouTube very often, but like you should go check that out too. If you like watching these, or if you're watching this on YouTube, then come watch us on Twitch. Mm-hmm. Twitch.tv/Tales of Initiative. Anytime that we are live, you can come hang out and we will make fun of you in chat.
I want to throw it out to the Fabula Ultima crew. You've been I'm pretty sure it's you guys. You've been cranking up our subs over on YouTube. We're getting close to the 500 mark, y'all. Yeah. I mean, I say close. We're above 400 now, which we sort of hung out at 300 for quite some time. We never mentioned it, but we are above 400. And
401. We're creeping up on the 500 mark.
We're 418. I only say it because it's been growing like consistently week to week, which I'm the nerd that looks at all of our analytics. Yeah. So yeah, I'm very excited. Welcome to the Tales. Happy to have you be part of it.
Yeah, that's exciting. Also, it's just such a cool crew. The community for Fabula Ultima is great. And
I always see one of y'all cool people in the premiere chat over on YouTube, and I try to hang out as long as I can.
But yeah, I mean, speaking of Fabula Ultima, y'all ready to jump on in for today?
Oh yeah!
Let's get fabulous and ultimate.
Let's ultimate some fabulous.
We are ultimately fabulous.
Haley, do you want to throw one out? We have one from Matt.
I don't have one, but that's okay. Thank you.
Cool. Thanks for participating.
Oh, you're so cute. I love you.
I'd like to spatula penultimate. Can I do that?
You swapped the orders of 2 words, guys. Chill. And then you put me last. Then you put me last.
You couldn't come up with a joke on the spot. That's fine.
I'm really sorry that we're about to engage.
Your Ultima.
There you go.
You
See? Nailed it.
Proud of you.
Haley, we were just relying on you at the
Fucking
beginning.
peer pressure like there's no tomorrow.
At the beginning of a 2 to 3 hour
Have you met Matt and Colin?
Improv session, that you might be able to crank out a bit of improv on the spot.
Don't worry, we're just playing an improv game. All right. Well, now that we have sufficiently nagged Haley,
and you know she hates that.
Uh-huh. We'll get your T-shirt.
She also
don't
talk in third person.
Yeah, she does.
All right.
Yeah.
I say we a lot too, and people are like we, and I'm like just collectively.
Yeah.
The royal.
There's multiple me's in here.
That's when you need to go the royal
Mr.
we, and then
Meesey!
pull out that little Princess Peach crown.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect.
The royal we.
I need to get a feather.
We should do a hat stream sometime.
I don't have any. That's so fun.
It's either this or the knight helmet.
Oh yeah.
The full metal. It weighs like 5 pounds. Very uncomfortable, but I'll wear it sometime. It'll be great. All right. Well, if we're done being mean for now, we can go ahead and jump on in. Let's play some ultimate fabulous whatevers. So when last we left off, let's see if my music change worked. Maybe. Can't hear it. It's quiet. When last we left off, you all had explored one of the spires that had popped up in the city of Eklund's Fall. You found your new friend, the assistant, your new friend / parasite / symbiote thing. Left-hand buddy for Matt.
We are assistants.
And I'm going to start using that voice now, every now and then.
No.
Edgy. Yeah, you found the assistant. You made your way to another tower. Inside, you found some brigands who gave you a little bit of a hard time. I mean, not really. You demolished them without taking like any damage. And then did a little bit of interrogation, tried to figure out where they were from. Found out that they were members of the Steel Kings, a group that you had not really heard of before, but that you found out were operating on the southern docks, I believe. And then Saoirse / Taylor proceeded to sloppily beat a dude to death. It took 17 punches, and it was squelchy and gross.
There was no skull left. It was just fragments.
I want to do a clip where like it's just us pulling 17 faces as we get less and less horrified. Like we get more horrified, and then we get used to it.
The banality of violence. Yeah. It's the rising action of Invincible, and then the falling complacency of Invincible.
Yeah, like 10 is just impressive on both sides. Like 10 be good punches, like you're keeping it up, and that guy's like holding on, and then 7 more on top of that. Everyone's just like, should we go?
Should we? Are we waiting? What do we do? As the person who edits our clips, I'm on it. We'll figure it out.
The only other thing that I think was notable from last session, well, and the session before, is you received a little note about a job, potentially, from an enigmatic character named Y.
Our beepers went off.
Yeah. Your pager. You got your pager duty call, which is a joke that none of you will get.
Sorry.
It's just fine. I'm here to make myself laugh. Yeah, so I believe we were headed back to the tavern. We're going to do a quick little Fiona, as you're walking back, oh, shit, I've got a final today, and takes off running. I'll be back later. And then, yeah, you guys all go.
All right.
Break a leg?
Or a pencil.
Is that what they say?
I don't think so, but whatever works.
Just don't break your leg.
It's a good one.
But yeah, you now lessened by one from your party, make your way back to the tavern for the night. I believe it is like getting late, and you presumably have a message waiting for you.
Yeah. What's this job? What's this info? What's the deets?
Wait. What will we actually?
We get this package, yo.
Kills him by punching. Interrogates one of the thugs. Yeah, the South Docks.
I think we even narrated us getting there, and it was like a pack of papers with like a really fanciful calligraphy Y happening on it.
Yes.
Like a packet with all the
that
information
was.
in it.
Oh, so we did go back to
Barge right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Barge right in.
We
Okay. I
decided
thought we went
that,
to the
like-
university for some reason.
No, we went to the barge right. We thought briefly about going to the southern docks, and then it was like, it's A, late, B, like we just killed them. Probably a bad idea to go looking for a kicked hornet's nest.
Yeah. But did we check out the northern docks, as in just looked at them? I did want to do that before we went to the barge, right?
In case there's a ship that shows up in the morning, right? With like just a quick gander across the docks. Because the barge right's next to the northern docks. That's right.
Yes.
Yes. Cool.
I'll roll perception.
I mean, yeah, like if you're just looking for like the different ships that are there, I think you can probably make a log of like which ships you see.
Yeah.
It'd be easy enough to remember. Like the docks are busy,
Beautiful.
but not like they're like big ships that roll in. It's like 2 or 3 giant ships, not like a bunch of little ships moving in and out.
So there's not like
nice.
residential yachts and dinghies
Right.
hanging out. Gotcha.
Fishing
These
boats
are
and
also-
all that stuff.
It's worth noting like Great Lakes style sized.
Yeah.
It's an inland sea
Big lake.
that leads to
It's like a
the
marina,
ocean.
like a.
Yeah, more so that like this isn't the ocean. Eklund's Fall is in the middle of the continent. It's not like you're not like on the shoreline of like an ocean. You're like in Chicago.
A big
you're
lake.
From
We
it's
cannot see the other shore of the lake. It's just water horizon.
Oh. So it's like Port Phillip Bay.
They
Yes.
For any
Sure.
Australian, Melburnian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just realized
It's
all of the
similar,
references.
but that's still ocean. We only have ocean. So like it's a bit harder for us to understand that. We don't have big bodies of water inside anywhere. It's just ocean.
It's actually like it's the same. Like when you talk to people who live on the Great Lakes, like they act like oceans. It's just fresh water. That's the only difference. Is it's not salty. They still. That's the creepy part. Is like you go on them, and big fucking waves happen. It's weird.
They would be
That
a
is weird.
freshwater sea if we didn't name all 5 of them separately. If we just named them one thing, they would be like the Mediterranean style of a sea. But
Is this water salty? Out of curiosity.
No, this is a lake. This is a
It's a
freshwater lake.
freshwater. That's fun.
It does.
I'd never thought about ever going to a beach where there's fresh water.
That would be really
Yeah.
cool, actually. Yeah. Which, by the way,
Okay,
Taylor
sorry.
asked me in Discord chat, and I'll just say it for the sake of everyone learning the system, plus me. I get a Fabula point because I started the session at 0. I spent all of my Fabula points last time, so I get bumped up to 1. If you have Fabula points, you just keep those where they're at.
Breathe still.
Okay. So how do we get them back?
That's it.
Be at 0, and you get bumped up to 1. The other way you could do is you plus 1 Fabula point when a villain makes an entrance. So every time we got those cool little cutscenes, we got Fabula points.
Shit, so I should have like 5.
Oh, you weren't tracking those? Yeah, you should have 5 then.
Nope. Okay.
No, you
fuck.
spent some.
You spent some.
I spent 1.
Okay, then yeah.
Wait, last session.
How many do you have now then? Do you have 2 right now?
I have 2 right now.
Yeah,
Then
so
you
you should have 4 then.
Yeah. You get a Fabula point whenever you fumble, which only happens on 2 natural ones. It's really hard to fumble in this game. Which, by the way, you also can't Fabula your way out of a fumble. If you fumble, that's locked in. You get 2 Fabula points if you surrender at 0 HP, which is the only choice that isn't death. and you can only choose to die under certain circumstances. And then we are also playing with the optional rule. I just realized I pontificated as rules lawyer for another 5 minutes. Sorry, everybody that hates this.
Sorry.
We also are playing with the optional rule that you can invoke to fail. So if you are presented with an opportunity to roll dice to see if you succeed or fail, and you think part of your traits, your identity, your theme, or your origin says, no, I should just fail this, you can invoke to fail to gain a Fabula point. It means you fail the check and you deal with the consequences, and your high roll is treated as being a 0 if that matters, but you do get a Fabula point.
Would that be incorporated into my lucky number 7? Like if I choose to fail, get a Fabula point, and then like use no.
So
no,
because I can fail with different abilities. It would stack. Otherwise, that would stack.
You can use your lucky number 7 to fail a check. Like you could replace a high number. If you're like, this check doesn't matter, I'm gonna take the 7 that I have and take this like if you rolled like you rolled a 12, you could like be like, I don't care about this check that I just rolled. I'll take the 7, fail, and like swap out that 7 for a 12, and you'll have a 12
later. 12 for later.
Choosing to fail is rolling a success, but saying I fail anyway, and like going from there, basically.
It's like it's completely negating. You don't even roll dice. You're like, no, I think narratively it makes sense to fail this, so I'll take my Fabula point and I'll move on.
A good example, like if you had like if you had like an enemy, this I think in the world of Fabula Ultima, this works like if you had like a rival from childhood kind of thing, and they showed up and like they were trying to goad you into something. Normally you might roll a check to be like, do you get goaded? But like if you're like, no, this person has ties to my background, I have a bond with them in some way, like I would just do it. You just don't roll, and then you get a Fabula point for doing it. Anything like that, really. But yeah, radical, cool. So in the bar, you sit around a table, I assume, with your big stack of papers with a big old calligraphed Y on it. What would you all like to do?
I'm getting a drink, and then I am attempting to read giant pile of paper.
Hydration sounds like a very good idea.
Oh, I should get a water, shouldn't I? Yeah, I'll get one of those too.
Yeah, I mean, liquid hydrates no matter what. I order myself a big beer.
A tall glass of vodka.
It's liquid.
It may be hydrating,
maybe not.
but they all have different effects.
Spirits. Maybe not spirits.
I'm not smart enough to say why, but I know that's wrong.
Which part?
Look, I mean,
all
technically,
liquid
right?
hydrates
Like,
you,
yeah,
if it's
vodka,
got a water content.
Vodka is what, like 80 proof, which means it's like 40% alcohol. The rest of that has to just be water, right?
It's water.
There's nothing else in it.
And you know what? If you're gonna drink that, you are gonna follow up with a chaser of some kind, and there's gonna be fucking hydration in that too.
Okay, yeah. You might be getting hydration confused with moistness, and they are related but not the same.
Confusing moistness
Smarmy,
is
no.
always a problem.
Maybe you just don't know about the world in this world.
Sure.
Alcohol. From Teddy's time, alcohol actually did.
Has alcohol changed
you.
in the last 400 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. I'm now wondering that maybe that's what this is happening. Yeah,
It's that classic. It's like when you read like the like monk manuscripts and stuff from like old times, where they're like, and we just drank beer all the time. And you're like, how? And it's like, oh well, it was 4% alcohol, like tops, and it was just better than the water. Yeah. Now there's stronger liquor for Teddy.
When water had a chance of diphtheria and beer didn't, turns out it was hydrating and good to drink.
We lived off of it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So drinks all around. Bartenders keeping them topped up. You're still in the good graces of the tender that you helped save the street for.
Friends of the bar.
Yeah.
Apple juice, please.
He has a minute of like, all right. And he big old glass of apple juice.
Ooh, really? Okay.
The bar is, it's really a tavern with an inn above it. It's not crowded, but there are other people in there. A low fire hangs in the fireplace as it's getting to be nighttime. That's kind of the main light that's being cast. You've pulled some candles over for your table. But yeah, a relatively quiet night. A couple people around. There's a bard in the corner, like plucking out, a lute kind of thing. Nothing too crunk. You're not getting turnt here in this tavern tonight. That's tomorrow night.
I'm just laughing at that word. I haven't heard that in so long.
Yeah.
Or turnt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wrong.
That's cronk. I said crunk. Those are different words, Taylor. Anyway, yeah, you.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
Welcome to Sersha, where I just say the first thing that pops into my head.
I love it.
So yeah, you get the papers laid out. This stack of papers doesn't seem exceptionally helpful in sort of there's no description of a job. It seems to just be like maps and like shipping manifests and various things that maybe would be like helpful with the job, but nothing specific to what you're being asked to do.
It just mirrors this a bunch of facts. This is just stuff.
Maybe we're missing something. Maybe it's a code.
No. Our brains has a midterm, so what do we gotta parse it out?
Miss Buttersby's really smart.
That's true.
Am I? Yes, I know much about hydration. What can I do to be smarter about this?
I mean, you could roll insight. I mean, I can also just tell you, like, there's nothing here, like, these look like, you can ask questions about, like, what's in the papers, like, I'm happy to, like, tell you more about that kind of stuff, but from what you can tell, something's missing from, like, what you're being asked.
Yeah, can I please try, and I don't know even if this would be a role or if it exists. Teddy has received many a contract in her time. She has received many a job and many bits and pieces as she's made her way through life. Is this regular? Is it regular to just have a bunch of bullshit on a piece of paper and you have to go talk to them to find out the information? Or is it irregular that they're hiding things? That's what I would like to know.
Yeah,
Before we go jump into conclusions.
Yeah, I don't think you need a roll for this. This is kind of invoking a bond kind of thing a little bit, or like a trait a little bit. So...
I'm invoking from the past.
Yeah. If you had to
Actually,
guess...
my theme is innovation, kind of.
Yeah. If you had to guess, you are looking at, like, the documents that should have been given to you when the person, like, finished giving you the job. Like, you would have, like, gotten something that was like, hey, here's what you're doing, here's the information you need.
Okay.
But you didn't get, no one's talked to you yet. You walked in, and I think, if I remember correctly, the bartender was basically just like, here, these are here for you. And looking at them now, it seems like something
like this is notes for a meeting that we will be having, not notes prior to a meeting to have.
Makes me wonder. You should probably hang out tomorrow morning at least in case somebody comes by.
Yeah, is there a way to reply? And I pull out the card and I start fucking poking at it. Because I've seen other people with tablet things poking at them. That seems to work.
Yeah, your
what
thing
was it,
does not
Palm
reply.
What was it? Palm Pilot?
Palm Pilot.
Yeah.
I had it in my head, like you were saying, is this like something we would get after the fact? Is it like in a game where you've accidentally completed a quest and you didn't realize you picked it up to begin with, or you've just done it and then happened to have spoken to the correct person. It's like,
we
thank
did
you
it.
for saving
not-
this
Go
sheep.
on.
And you're like,
It's not, but that's 100% gonna happen. You're gonna get a quest
Amazing.
dialogue that's just like, hey, I need you to go into my basement and clear out these rats. And then you're gonna be like, oh, I've already killed the rats. Thank you so much for going into the basement and killing off these rats.
yes, I love that.
The true JRPG experience.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I thought had
That
happened.
is very
Yeah,
funny. That is gonna happen.
run up to someone with an exclamation mark, and you're like, "Yes, a new point of interest, tipster." And you talk to them, and it's something that's already been marked or visited, and you're like, "Dude."
A new hand touches the beacon.
There's the beacon. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna go to the bartender. Do you who dropped this off for us?
He kind of leans in close. He leans in
Aye.
close.
Yeah.
It was
What do
that
you
fella
want?
over there. He says his name is Wider. And
No.
over in the corner, you see a hooded figure with a pipe, and as the pipe lights up his face, he
I don't get it.
Strider
Oh, hey, it's
from Lord of the Rings.
that was me.
Huh?
Aragorn.
This is like Hawk Tua levels of setup. Then we just sort of walked straight into it. Is Taylor not get? Oh,
No, I heard Lord of the Rings, and then
yeah.
It's when
Strider.
he's like, "Who's that fella over there?" And he's like, "I don't know.
That's
His name is Strider."
Strider.
Strider.
It's Aragorn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Aragorn.
Okay,
When
okay.
Frodo meets Aragorn for the first time. Thank you. For,
Okay. It's been a hot minute since
I'm
I've read those books and seen those.
crying.
No, it took a sec. Like I didn't. It's been a hot
Okay,
sec.
well,
Okay.
In 3 months from now, less than, we are going to have a Lord of the Rings marathon.
Yes.
that is the
Oh,
extended
so I
edition.
need to talk to you as well.
Are the Americans invited?
I
I want in on that.
Yeah, let's do a watch party.
We'll
Yeah.
just fly there. It'll be fine. We'll figure it out.
Just come over.
Yeah.
Just
It's a
we've
quick
got
jump.
the space. Come and stay with me.
I don't think it's a hot damn.
It's a hot.
Gotta come
step and a
see
jump.
Critical Role.
So anyway, yes, you
Do
character
escape
in the
rooms.
corner.
Wait, no, I just
Trying-
want to hang out, guys. Fuck stream. No, I love stream. I'm so sorry, guys. I love you all. I love all of you. I'm having fun.
We clearly need to hang out more often.
The offer to
Yeah.
kick Haley always stands. We can just do it. It's fine.
No, I love Haley. I would never kick you,
Yeah.
Haley,
Illegal.
physically
Just
or.
me and Matt.
um,
Me and Matt can do a stream. It'll be great.
God, if you
Illegal.
guys just want to hang out, should we just leave you, the two of you?
Yeah, I feel like we're not needed.
No.
That's fine.
Anyway, yes.
Let's go
character
talk
in the
to
corner.
Wider.
Is it wider?
pulls out her fan.
Yider?
Look at
Y
this handsome
dash
fella.
D
with
E R.
ears.
Wider.
Oh, God.
Wider.
It's like Ladasha.
Ladasha?
Dash A. No.
Just say
All
it how
names
it's
are made up.
pronounced. Yeah. I mean, that's actually 100% true. Yep.
Oh, I'm so glad that joke landed. So dumb. But yes, the person there to talk to you hacks up a lung after taking a drag from their pipe and hello. You can call me Y.
Why?
Why?
Hey.
That's my name.
No, I was asking what. Never
Yeah,
mind.
why? Like,
Yeah.
with a question mark.
Why is that my name?
Yeah.
I suppose because my parents liked it. All names are made up anyway.
Just double checking that wasn't a self-involved moniker.
It's
Fair
an
enough.
initial.
Oh, okay.
The first
Okay.
initial. You know, letter Y.
I quite like that.
So yeah, we got the book report.
Yes, would you like to explain to us what this is?
Yeah, that came in kind of the wrong order. We were supposed to meet first. It was bartender over there. I didn't, it was a little awkward, but
Have you been here the whole time?
I've been here for a while. Yeah, I've been just kind of.
You were
we-
watching us go.
We took the book from. Why didn't you just keep? We went upstairs and
I
we
had
were
a
up there
whole
for
thing.
hours.
We read it.
I had a whole thing that I was like ready for. You was gonna look over, and I was gonna pull a drag from the pipe, and then it was going to be mysterious and cool. But then you
we
left.
didn't turn around.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was a whole thing. You weren't supposed to get the papers until after we talked. You were supposed to go up to the bar and be like, "Are we here to meet with a Y?" And then we were going to be like, we would have pointed over to me, and I'd have done the thing, and then I'd been like, "Here's the papers, bartender, bring them over." It didn't work.
Yes.
You got
Next
the
time,
papers
add that
first.
to your message, and I pull out the
Mhm.
card and tuck that away again.
Well, it can only do like 20 characters, so it's hard to fit.
Yeah,
in,
I
me
dare-
at the
I dare
bar, I'll be
say,
the guy in the corner
meet
with
me-
the pipe.
that's less than 20. Now let's. and I'm going to take a seat.
All right. So, obviously, if you've looked at the papers, we've got some different maps and things here for you. If whatever's helpful. Basically, a friend of mine is missing down at the southern docks, and I could use some assistance. I've heard. I saw you the other day when you were applying for your license, the Collegian R license, and we're just. I thought you looked helpful. You looked interesting, and then I heard a little bit about what you did here with the Spire and all of that kind of stuff. So I thought maybe you could help me.
Got quite the reputation, I see.
I make a habit of keeping an eye on interesting new people.
Sasha just looks to Rowan because she knows how much he hates attention.
That's just Rowan's just like, who is this guy? Do I know this guy? Like, what's this guy's deal?
Who is this guy?
It's giving me one of two options. Like, this is either like there's more to him than meets the eye, like is like there's some shadowy figure lurking in the background waiting for people to maneuver into the right position to be super helpful, or he's just some fucking dude that like I need to hire some people for my first job ever. They look good, and just like it's one of those two, and I can't figure it out.
Is he human? Elf?
He, uncertain. He looks vaguely human in a way that you would probably recognize Saoirse. He seems like maybe he has, he's a little shorter than most humans would be, and has kind of a little twinkle to him, in the way that like some Fae do. But yeah, you should have any of the maps, and there's some shipping ledges and things in there. Anything I could get together that I thought would be interesting, I'll put together for you, and it's in there. Any questions?
Do you work at the docks?
Yes.
No. My friend got themselves into a little bit of trouble down at the docks, and I was hoping that someone could go pull them. There's been some activity at the docks lately. Some new faces. Maybe taking over some things down there, and it's kind of hard to tell exactly what's going on, but my friend Masura is gone, and I was hoping that someone could help.
What's his name?
Masura, her. Masuru.
Lady love of yours.
No, just a friend.
Oh, lovely. Well, I'm sure we could help. And I look around to the other two. Don't think there's anything else keeping us.
No. I mean,
Pressing at this moment.
I will warn you.
Well-
Yeah.
The docks have gotten dangerous in the last few months.
The southern or the northern?
Southern docks.
Yes, we did think.
There's,
yeah, Ruin's given like big old like every time it's
Most
southern docks.
unfortunate.
like just,
Saoirse's just gonna sit like opposite Y, and she's gonna pull out her own smoking pipe. And she puts it between her lips and everything, and she starts doing that bubble with around it. It's not lit. There's nothing in it.
she just great mouse detective.
roll me just a flat D20.
Would you like some snuff for that?
No. Nat one.
Amazing.
That makes sense.
You, as you kind of like take a puff of that, you think that nothing's gonna happen. There's not gonna be anything that, like, obviously it's not lit. Nothing is gonna be there. But you actually kind of like spit up some cat fur, like it's like a puff of fur out of your mouth. Instead of smoke, something strange appears around Saoirse. This isn't like the most uncommon thing for Saoirse. Weird shit happens around Faye sometimes, and so it was either that or bubbles, depending on how you rolled. And so,
Did she just cough up a furball? Leaning over to Ruin.
It happens. I remember, I think one time she accidentally started levitating while she was taking a nap.
That is curious.
Yeah, just weird stuff.
All right.
ignoring Ruin. What kind of trouble she gotten herself into? Is it like she stole something and got caught? Does she have a bounty on her head? Is she in with the wrong crew? Like, met a friend. Oh, these friends are so great. They'll have your back in everything. And then suddenly there's a knife in her back.
Wow, you've quite the imagination, or I guess like, all these things happened to you. Anyway, she.
All the above.
Oh, okay.
Not necessarily in that order.
I don't really know what happened exactly. She was poking around in the docks. There was some things have gotten a little weird in the docks lately. There's a new faction that seems to be taking over down there, and Masura was trying to figure out what was going on, and I haven't heard from her for a little bit. She left a word with me saying, if I should disappear, whatever, I'm at the docks, find somebody, have them come save me.
Was she also investigating this new faction with you?
She didn't tell me. I wasn't investigating them. I just was.
Oh.
She was investigating and told me that she was going down there. Oh, she was going to the docks for something. I don't even know if she was investigating them, or maybe she just had a package that got delivered to the wrong door or something.
What's she do? Is she like an investigator, or is this a hobby?
You know what? I don't even know. It's been a long time since we've talked, and she just showed up on my door one day and said, "Go into the docks. If I don't come back, here I am."
That feels purposeful.
Yes. It would not be a coincidence that they would go missing right after giving this sort of warning.
You say this new faction. Do you know what faction it is?
Oh, I don't concern myself too much with the more the seedy underbelly of Eklund's Falls economy. I'm more on the. I run a little shop out in the sticks somewhere, and sell knickknacks. But I try to stay away from more of the crime syndicate side of things. But I've heard rumblings that there's some crime syndicate of some kind.
Staying away from the crime syndicates, you wouldn't happen to know the most prevalent one to stay away from?
Oh, yeah.
Someone
absolutely.
worth talking to, maybe to find out more information about this criminal underbelly.
Yeah, the alley sharks are the sort of de facto. I mean, they're so much involved in
The ally sharks. That sounds like a good thing. Right, cool.
They are so involved in all of Eklund's Fall that it's hard to even consider them a syndicate at this point. They're just honestly part of the politics here. But between them and the Thalmians, those are kind of the two gangs that have split up most of Eklund's Fall.
Thank you. That is actually quite helpful. Thank you.
Do they have symbols?
Yeah. The alley sharks are a image of a shark head, and the Thalmians are they're a little more esoteric in their symbology, but they're kind of pentagram-esque shape with some. It kind of looks like the city emblem, which is a pentagram, but then it's got like a hand over top of it, like grasping the pentagram.
Okay.
Not very original.
Yeah, it's something to do with their control over the city. They're squeezing the city. That
It's a
kind of
bit
thing.
on the nose.
Yeah, well,
little
look,
bit.
they're
I like
a crime
it.
gang.
It's
They're a
bold.
gang.
I've heard logos are really hard.
Yeah, well, you'd
Totally.
think that if you wanted to do a logo, you wouldn't do something you needed to hire a professional artist to spray paint for you.
Yeah.
Does sound pretty intricate. Yeah.
Yeah. They even, like, when you see the symbol, you even like see the actual like squeezing of it. So like it's like actually like it's perfectly like
Really takes some
Hardest
artist
thing to-
perspective on the tagging.
They actually just have like a template they stick to the wall and then spray paint and
Yeah,
rip the
it's
template
the
off.
stencil.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, stencil.
Anything else I can tell you before?
Not to be too on the nose with it, but what's the payment for recovery of this Masuru?
Yes. Payment. How exciting.
Yeah,
You're getting paid for this?
I'm willing to offer up to well, he kind of like does some numbers in his head. 30,000 pence for safe return of Masuru.
Just quickly, you said you had a shop away from the riffraff. What do you sell?
Selling gold-plated
How do
toilets?
sticks?
Yeah, because maybe we might want one of the things instead of more money.
Just random artifacts from various places around the world. Nothing. I don't dabble in anything too dangerous or intriguing in that aspect. But I mean, if you want a cool ceremonial pot from the prior centuries, I might be able to get my hands on one of those.
Well, yes, I mean, if you want some relics from prior centuries, and I wink.
Oh.
And I won't pull out my knife now, but maybe later.
Ruin is giving this look like, are you putting the moves on this guy?
Maybe.
Maybe.
He is lucky I'm not prone to swooning.
What does Miss Zora look like? We don't want to go rescuing the wrong person.
Just a normal sort of humanoid with brown fur and pointy ears, sort of snout.
Is that huh?
She's
a beastkin.
Yeah, she's a beastkin.
Oh, okay. Sorry, that was Taylor really confused. I was like, I thought there was like the Fae. Okay, cool.
There's also beastkin. Yes.
There's Beastkin, and then there's what was it? Hellborn or no? What are they?
Hell touched.
Helltouched. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, beastkin are one of the diasporic that take on the traits of animals. So like turtle folk and dragon are also technically.
Okay, so diasporic.
Word of the day.
Group of people living
diaspora.
outside their traditional homeland, often maintaining cultural and historic. Basically, yeah. So she's
We're gonna have
need
to-
the bloody toilet paper.
We're gonna have to make a like a calendar of just all the words that we use. The diasporic races are in Caerwyn in the world are the ones that were all born from the Auriga. So humans, fae, orcs, beast folk, drakes, terrapin, rock folk. Basically everybody besides the giants, the elves, and the goblins.
Goblins, yeah. Giants, elves, and goblins were all they were all basically immortal constructs.
Yeah.
But like biological constructs that were created pre everything. And then who made the Auriga?
So
What are the Auriga?
The Auriga were the original race made of basically of like pure magic that came after those three. So there were the original races. All of them are technically the mortal races. The first three were the first folk. They can't die like from anything beside like they can't die from like natural causes. They can die from like war and that kind of stuff.
They're Tolkien's immortal elves.
Yes.
You gotta stab them. They're not just gonna get old.
Yeah. And then the diasporic races were the ones that all diasporated from the Auriga, which were like a race of pure magical potential that split into all of the various races based on like where they went. The Fae, the reason the Fae are so like weird and complex and like all over the place and like what they look like is they're pure magical beings of like the Auriga that then went to the magical realm and like things got weird. Most of the other
They
races
double
have,
dipped
like,
on the magic.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
But yes, the Auriga were created by the magician, one of the five, as sort of a like stole the spark of life, the magic of life from the acolyte, and kind of crudely, shoddily worked the clay and gave it life, and that's why the Auriga were just kind of like so magically potential.
They were waiting for formatting.
Exactly. Cool. Yeah. Why is there if you need them?
Anything we should say to Masura that would let her know that we're like friends, not to run away?
Oh, yeah, just tell her why I sent you, and she should understand what that means.
And where can we find you after all of this?
Oh, you can come to my shop, or I can.
Beautiful.
Swing by.
What is the shop name?
Just Wise Sundry Goods. Over in the Upper Boroughs.
Easy enough.
Wise, sundry.
In character note tag, just like scribbling all this down.
She's gone full detective mode. Somehow she's got this weird little detective hat that's just appeared.
It's just appeared. Yes.
Yeah.
Magnifying glass as you just like
Absolutely.
look at Y and like it's just zooming in half of his face.
Yeah.
It's like, where the shit did she pull this from? Don't ask.
Yeah.
She just.
It's
this
late,
what
isn't
she
it?
does.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool.
That's all I have.
Yes, that's all I require for now.
Yeah.
Well, best of luck. If you need
Thank
any
you.
more information, it's likely in the packet. I look forward to you bringing back my friend.
Yeah. Hopefully that happens.
Yes, alive and well.
Oh, wait. You say you're willing to offer 30,000 pence for her safe return.
Yeah.
Mm.
What would you deem unsafe?
Oh no, what is our reward if we return her dead?
Certainly not by our hand. Should be noted.
No.
Yeah,
As
no,
I should realize
of
that
course
she's still
not.
wearing her bloody glove and just.
I mean, 10,000 for just the information. Any information you can bring me about it. But I really would prefer.
Of course.
Get her out
Of
of there.
course. Just thinking worst case scenario in case that happens.
I mean, do you think she's? Well, they wouldn't have killed her yet, would they? Oh, maybe I should have found you earlier. Maybe my.
How long has she been
No.
missing?
Oh, why? There's no need to panic. All I was saying is that sometimes things don't go to plan. And it's not too late. It's just better safe than sorry, right?
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah. You're right. Hopefully, she's all right. I
It will be
shouldn't have done
fine.
The little pipe thing that took too long. What if she's?
How long has she been missing?
A few days now.
Okay. Yeah. Don't.
If you haven't
put it on
received her
yourself.
body parts on your doorstep, she should be fine.
That's one way of putting that. Yeah.
Nothing yet, I don't think.
Beautiful.
Great. Well, thank you so much. I look
You're
forward
so very welcome.
to finishing out our business. And oh, what's that? And he points over into the corner.
I
not
don't turn
looking.
around.
Nope.
Saoirse's dumb enough. She will. Saoirse looks.
Does he still run?
Yeah, he does. He doesn't really stop to see. He like tries to, as quietly as he can, slip out the front door while you're just staring at him.
Goodbye, why?
I was never here.
Sure, of course.
Whatever you say. Oh wait, where did he go?
Yeah, he's that good. Just vanished in front of our very eyes.
Damn.
Like smoke, gone.
I can do that too. He's obviously copied me.
Yep.
Oh yeah, no,
Obviously.
you haven't seen me do that ability.
Not
I
yet.
snuck out and did that myself.
That sounds intriguing. I would like to see that one day.
If there's a need for it. It's a little
So-
taxing.
Mm.
So feels like Steel Kings are up to stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's gotta be. it.
Sounds like it.
The Steel Kings being in action for?
Not
Like if they-
long.
What
I
if
don't
she's
know of them.
bad of the Steel Kings?
Or made herself an enemy by figuring something out about him.
Yes.
Stuck
Well,
her
We're going to
nose.
have to explore all options, my dear Seisha.
She called me Dear Ruin.
She did. She used that word that she uses for all of us.
Yeah, you either call me by my name or some sort of curse.
Yep, that's an accurate summation.
Yes, ruin is one with words.
Mm-hmm. True poet.
Yeah,
Truly.
you know it.
You rhymed, so it's got to be true.
That's not how it works.
That's exactly how it works.
Everything said in rhyme is true.
Mm-hmm.
It's fact.
That's fact. Yeah.
Hold on, I'm looking over my. Shit, I had a thought, now it's
just-
gone.
You're like, I'm gonna use bye-bye. See you later.
Bye-bye. See you there. You've got the best of me linguistically. Ta-ta for now.
Ta-ta!
All right. So,
Catch ya.
what would you like to do
Uh,
now? Turning
We're
into
still
the
gonna
night.
check out the. Oh, we're gonna do a quick. Oh no, we've already done that. We've already.
We
checked
already did the
docs.
docs. Yes,
Yeah,
we,
yeah,
we
yeah,
took copious notes.
We gave the
Cool,
Northern
cool.
Docks a good squiz.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Good look over.
You did
So
what,
proud of you.
dogs?
Take a squiz.
Took a squiz at the docs.
I think that keep
Just a
that to
quick
yourself.
squiz.
And check to you. It stopped at the server.
Yeah, if you're good with the resting for the night, you still have your rooms, you're good to go.
Oh,
Anything?
I'm doing dishes again.
Okay. You
Is
don't
it
have
5
to.
pence
You-
again?
No, but actually no. I think he wants help prepping. That's what he said last time. But I wanted to do dishes because it was fun, so I'm going to
Yeah.
help prep this time.
Okay.
So I find the guy cook, whatever. I think it was the owner. Was it the same
Yeah,
guy? I can't remember.
it's the
Um,
bartender. It's the one dude who works here.
With one
yeah, cool.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm-
Cool.
Wears many hats.
Yeah.
Nice.
Give me a.
How does he
give me
sleep?
a. Dex. Well, not whatever. It's not Dex. It's Is it dexterity? Is that the name of the?
Yeah, it's Dex.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I confused myself. Yeah. Give me a dex.
I'm doing flips and shit. Oh, I got an 8 and a 6. Fuck me. What's that? 14.
14.
Perfect. Yeah. That's great. Yeah. You fly through prep. have diced up like every onion and carrot that is back there.
Nice.
Not a
ready
single
to go.
tear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
What a
yeah,
badass.
the stew that night
No,
is like,
there is. It's one single tier, and then I turn around and it like glistens it like sparkles, and
and then
yeah.
it falls from your cheek into the stew and salts it
Oh.
perfectly. It's the perfect level of salted now.
And then when you as you zoom in on the tear dropping, there's actually a little love heart in it because it's like me putting love into
Tear
the
of joy.
into the dish.
Amazing.
So it's blood, sweat, tears, and love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yes. Yeah, you do that. You can get your room comped for helping everyone else.
I just want a pat on the back. That's all.
Okay, that's great. It's yes, 5 pence.
I want him to tell me I did a great job, and that's it.
You did it so
Take
good.
notes. Saoirse has a praise king. I mean, not Saoirse.
Freudian slip.
Adding
Out
that.
yourself out. Yep, adding that.
Little slip of the Freud.
No,
Oh my God.
I appreciate good hard work, and I if it's gonna get me a discount, I'll take it.
Yeah, you can.
She's frugal.
Yeah, you get your yours is 2 pence. Everybody else's is 5 for the night.
Oh, okay.
So I'll minus another 2 off.
Thanks for the subs.
Thank you, Luna.
Woo!
Luna dropping them subs. Get the hype train going.
Sugar daddy.
Thank
Luna
you,
over here.
thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Luna. We'll miss you. Cool. Okay. So yeah, you board for the night is good. You turn in.
That's 5.
We are gonna go ahead and take our break there real quick, and then we'll be back in 5 minutes with whatever you all choose to do next. But yes,
Dun, 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 dun.
welcome. We'll be back in 5 minutes, and then we will be good to go. All right. See you in a bit.
See you then.
Enjoy your bath. Hello, everyone. We're back, and we've lost Haley, and Taylor's singing. So yeah,
No, I'm not.
we're back, the same as we've always been, having lost to nothing.
No.
Wow.
We'll make her leave again. Don't. Hey, let me love your stack.
Anyway,
Thank you.
welcome back, everybody. We're back to Fabula. You just met with Yossi. Well, why? You don't know his name yet. You don't know. Why?
You don't know.
You met why? You'll learn his name eventually. But yeah, you met the strange, not quite mysterious why. And
Wants to be mysterious. Why?
Yeah, asked you to do a job for him. To go find his friend, and is willing to pay you 30,000 pence to do so.
A truly ludicrous, almost suspicious amount of money.
Should have checked if that was each or if that was collectively.
Look, either way, it's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, you've been tasked with finding his friend Masura and going to the southern docks to do so. You turned in for the night, whatever level of partying you did that night, turning in afterwards, and wake up the next morning to a fairly rainy day in Eklund's Fall. It is overcast and gray. The rain sort of spatters on the 10 roofs, and yeah. What all would you like to do?
Speaking of, I was gonna go.
I was saying, is the festival still going, or is it like a 1-day thing? Damn it.
I was gonna say, speaking
I
of,
wish that we'd spent more time at the festival. I realized we just kind of ignored it then.
I have 3 points I never got to spend.
Me too.
They might be useful for something in the future. You never know.
yeah.
Okay, I'll keep them in my backpack.
Hey, we've got time skips potentially coming up. We'll
True.
use them in next year's. But speaking of rest and/or partying, I'm gonna use my Wanderer ability that I picked up not last level, but 2 levels ago, or not Wanderer, Wayfarer, with Tavern Talk. Whenever I rest at an inn or a tavern, I can ask the GM a question equal to skill level, which is 1, and you can't lie. It's an honest answer. So I think.
Can't tell me what to do.
You can't tell me what to do. You're a sign, not God. I think I'm gonna ask for when did the Steel Kings start being a thing?
Yeah. So yeah, I think throughout the course of the night, like there's a lot of dock workers who come to this tavern. It's owned by a former dock worker from a different city. It's like well known for being like a good place, cheap. Dock workers like to come here and drink. So I think yeah, over the course of the night, you get some varying answers through the sort of listening in, chatting with people, the tavern talk kind of thing. It sounds like it's been the last couple months. It seems like their real activity has really turned up in the last month. And that's when you start hearing, like, people start talking about, like, the new management down at the docks and, like, what's going on, you know, with the city. There's a lot of talk of, like, so the 2 major gangs, the Thalmians and the Alley Sharks, kind of have things, like, nice and divided up. Thalmians are in the east, the Alley Sharks are in the west. Seems like maybe the Steel Kings are starting to cause some trouble and making problems for those gangs, which has people kind of riled up. Like, it's sort of a case of, like, a lot of the dock workers, they don't work for the gang, they're not, like, in the gangs, but, like, they're on their payroll as just, like,
The same way that, like, the guards are. Like, everyone, organized crime helps the city function, and now if crime is destabilized, other stuff is destabilized.
Yes. But yeah, it really seems like it's picked up in the last month, though you hear some people talking about, like, rumblings of change within the gangs and things like that prior to that. But yeah.
Cool. Tripping on my little spooky ooky feelings. There's a lot of 1 month time frames happening here. Yeah.
Seems to be fitting quite well with what we've heard so far, if you're sharing this information with us.
Yes. Yeah, Ruin shares this when y'all come down. I imagine Ruin is the sort to be both a late to sleeper and an early riser. Like, doesn't actually sleep much.
I sleep in.
Until someone wakes Saoirse.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so what happens is that Ruin's up at like crack of dawn, whatever it is, you're up. Then I very casually wake up when I feel like it, I reckon it's reasonable, but not early. And then I wake Saoirse up.
I have 5 more minutes.
I was about to say, I've got this image of Miss Buttersby definitely waking up like Elsa, and Saoirse waking up like Anne. Like,
yeah.
Anna.
Drool,
Anna.
like drool mark, hair everywhere.
1000%.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, seems like they were a thing for a couple months, ambiguous timeline. Who keeps track of this shit? But really picked up a month ago, which has me feeling all sorts of oogie boogie about the situation.
Yes. Seeing as was the information from the assistant stolen 30 days ago? Is that what we remember?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay.
30 cycles, and we figured out that cycle equals roughly one of our days. So
yeah. Beautiful. That's very suspicious. Quite.
feel like we should go poking around the southern docks and just see what falls out.
I think that sounds like a swell idea. Now, are we going to stick out like a sore thumb?
Probably.
Should we do something about that? We do
don't
have some
know.
pence to spend.
What do we know? Like, is
Change
there
outfits already?
shopping?
I'm into it.
Is there like a socio-economic difference between the northern docks and the southern docks? Like, is the northern for like people that are a little bit more wealthy, and the southern docks are for those a little lesser off, or it's just purely just two different
lakes.
docks? Like,
So
What's that, sorry?
oh, different lakes.
Different lakes. One of the big
Oh.
lakes is to the north, and then one of them is to the south, and sort of leads. So one of them runs to like the North Sea area, and the other one kind of runs down to a more like trade district. So there's two islands, Claythorpes and Doveport. They are like major producers of lots of various like goods and sundry things. Like they make a lot of like wine and things like that. And so a lot of trade flows up the river through into the South Lake and to the southern docks from those places. On the northeast side of the continent of Caerwyn is more like forests. There's a lot of like lumber trade, some farms, things like that. That flows mostly into the north docks. So just what they get, basically, like trade-wise, depends on like what dock they flow from.
So if they're part of two different lakes, then it wouldn't really necessarily be possible for ships in the top lake to come down. So that was a waste of time.
Now we know.
Oh well.
Now we know.
Now we know.
It's not super well represented on the map, but there are like locks essentially that would connect the two of them. It would be hard to get like a really large ship there, but you can like there's like transportation through the city that involves just like essentially gondola ride style things through the middle of the city.
Okay, so like trenches and that have been dug out to allow for that kind of access.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So we don't need to dress up then, if we're going to be fine there.
Now, how we approach asking questions could also make us stick out like sore thumbs, but I don't know necessarily how to do that. Like,
That's true. I figured I would just look for work on one of the ships.
Well, we're just
Look for,
looking
not
for
take. You know, I'm not going to go anywhere.
I'll see ya.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go stay on one of the ships for a few months and find out as much as I can. I'll let you know how it goes.
Well, we're just looking for someone. Like,
That's true.
But if
We
we're
don't
asking about the wrong person, we could
So
also
I-
become on the list of people to not.
but if we
to
don't
go missing.
know, but if we don't know that they're captured or in danger, we're just like, oh, my friend's gone missing. Can you help me find them? Or have you seen this person? We don't necessarily have to say her name.
Maybe we
You
don't
just say,
even
"Has
say
anyone
missing.
seen a beast
Maybe
king?"
we just say that we're looking for them.
Yeah.
Full stop. To deliver to deliver something or like a message, but then we have to come up with a message, and it could just be something as simple as Bard
Why?
wrote in yesterday, and it's too late now, but I still need to deliver it. I need to sign.
Could be private. Could be a family matter. Like, oh, I really need
Yes.
to give it to her, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And if we get pressed,
maybe we could
can say
forge,
that
like-
their great aunt is unwell.
Yeah, like
So-
forged documents or what's inheritance or what's it called?
I don't know
No,
if we
it's not me.
need to go that far. I think they might press, depending. What I'm thinking is if things go worst, I do like to think of worst case scenarios now that I currently find myself in a very precarious situation. If we are questioned further as to why we're looking for someone in a more, pressing matter, we should come up with at least a story. I don't think we need to pass anything over. I think if it's from a family member, they would know how to reach them. They would know how to get to them. So I think we just need to inform them that someone from their family is trying to reach them, and that's as far as we need to get.
And if someone's really pressing it, that seems like a sign that we've hit something and we need to like retreat and follow. Because it's like if she's well, there's really like 2 options here, right? Well, I guess there's 3. She like drank too much, fell off the docks, and drowned, right? So that one's we're not really exploring that option.
No, but that
so
option that would just come up. You know what I mean? That would,
exactly. That tipsy
would just
girl.
be told.
Yeah.
And then
like,
we know.
Easy peasy. The 2 live options are she like ran away or like they're like it's truly mysterious. And the one that we think happened is someone got her for some sort of reason, which means that anyone asking after her, if we hit some sort of like really defensive kind of weird wall there, then that's a sign that we found a lead, and to just keep poking at it in increasingly more careful, less careful ways.
Should we divide and conquer, or should we work together? It might be weird for a group. Yeah,
divide and conquer makes sense so far as I'm just a little bit concerned about one of us becoming the next one. I know that I could get out of Dodge if I really need to. Saoirse,
I can get out of Dodge.
I definitely can take care of myself.
All
but
right,
But if none of us have been caught, but we know we've now come under some watchful eyes, like we've drawn too much attention, should we have our own little phrase of be like, oh, they don't sell phoenix quills in this area, and that says we need to get out or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we also got our cards.
Absolutely.
We can message on those. We can message each other on those cards, right? We could pager
can we
those.
ping? Maybe just like a beeper, not a message, just like a like a warning beeper.
Sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Group chat. What are the capabilities? Put them into play right now.
So they get job messages from the colleges themselves. So when someone like assigns your group to a job, basically, or like requests your group for a job, you get that. You can also get like pings about like citywide things. And we'll say, you can like, they have like mild telepathic magic. And so like you can vaguely give a sense to your fellow members. If you like hold them and think about it hard enough, you can give them an idea of like danger or all good or whatever.
Nice.
Beautiful. Let's choose a meetup point.
Let's look at the maps.
Yeah.
And then whatever's easily accessible can be a meetup point.
Let's find a similar inn
Where are the maps?
down there.
Are you looking at something?
No, that Y gave us.
Just that Y gave us.
Okay, beautiful. Just wondering. I was just like,
Yep.
map? Where?
Do I need to log into Roll20?
Yeah, like, am I missing something? I've got to turn this fucking screen on.
Yep. Now we'll just pick. We'll look on there and pick like an equivalent to the barge ride, except it's at the southern docks, and just be like, there. You know, worst case scenario, we fall back to there.
Yeah, and I think should the code be something like directions to the North Docks or something like that? Something really like relevant, being like, oh, this isn't where I'm supposed to be. Could you pass me directions to the North Docks? Know that everything's good.
I like that.
Is this between us or for other?
Between us, so then we know everything.
Benign enough that no one else.
Benign enough that and I feel like it'd be like, especially if we were say if things are like, so if things aren't good and you're being followed and you go to the safe spot but keep walking, you could say something like that. That's what I'm thinking. So like if things are suspicious, you ask for directions to the North Docks and you keep walking. You don't stay at the safe place because obviously we don't want to meet up with each other. We just want to keep walking to move away from the person that's following you. How do we feel?
I like it. And whoever is there that hears us asking for directions to the North Docks, they know we're going to sit tight, watch for someone to be following, and then follow them back.
Yeah. And then we have the beeper for danger. So like you've got yourself in a shitty spot and we need to bug.
We'll save that
whether
for
that's a way.
if you can't run away and it's truly hit the
Yes.
fan. Hit the fan. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So hold on.
Yes,
we're under-
Saoirse.
If we're under suspicion, this is me just getting my head around it. If
Yes.
we think we're being followed, we ask for directions but keep walking. So like we go to the meetup. I would ask Miss Buttersby, "Oh, are you able to tell me where the North Docks are?" And that tells you I'm being followed, and I keep moving. If we're all good, do we have a phrase for that?
I think we're just all good.
We just high five, we elbow bump, we get a drink. Yeah, we talk about how it's all good. Yeah.
Okay. And then
if
shit
we
hits
meet
the
up,
fan,
if all three of us are there, we just start walking towards the barge right in, and we'll chill. You know, I think that's the best way to do it. We'll just start walking away from the scene, and then share information along the walk. We're getting
Listen.
so specific. None of this is gonna happen.
This is a good plan. I don't think anything's
is.
gonna go wrong.
I think
the
we
party
got
makes
this.
plans, the GM laughs.
Rad.
You step onto the docks, your cards no longer have reception.
Stupid third party.
Bags immediately put over your head.
I clicked the link that Condon sent us to
What link?
Clock Tower.
Where? Wait.
Ooh.
No, wrong. Too many chats, too many
Not
groups.
that folder. Put the tentacles
How do
away.
How do I see it? Is it just
Where?
loading?
It popped up for me. I see
Oh,
Seal
this is
King's
the clock.
suspicion clock. Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's a
found
little shareable clock thing.
Oh
Very
my god, I love this.
This is super fun.
Clocktower.monster, not sponsored, but I found it. Somebody on the Fabula Ultima Reddit shared this. They made this, so super cool. Yeah. But yeah, there you go. You got a clock for suspicion level.
Oh, there it
so
is.
We'll see
Ooh.
how this goes. Cool.
Do we
so yeah.
know what the we don't know what the clock means. Like as in
Oh, suspicious.
that finishing the clock means attack or finishing the clock means
Yeah.
suspicious.
I
Like,
imagine it means something
It
bad.
says suspicion, but does it mean like if we fill the clock up, does that mean they're just suspicious of us?
This is, you can
Or
think
is
of
it-
this as kind of like their suspicion level, and if it maxes out, like
Yes.
they're gonna
it's
do
not good.
something. Yeah, they're gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're
beautiful.
gonna
This is their
do
suspicion level. Not like we're at level 0 to get to level 1. Suspicion is to fill the
Right.
clock. All right, beautiful.
Yes.
I'm excited. I'm nervous. I just felt my heart.
I love it. I posted a picture in the Discord. If you want to follow along with all of our random multimedia stuff, you should go and join our Discord because
I
we
need to
post
figure
stuff
out how
there.
to get this to show on stream. That would be super cool. If I can get like the
Yeah.
clocks to show up correctly.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look at that a little bit. But yeah, you are.
Do it above you and just make it small.
Yeah, I probably will do. Yeah, like just a little like screen above me. I think I can make it so that it's transparent too. But
I
Okay.
love this so much. This is
so you make your way to the docks. Anything you're doing beforehand? Anything?
cool. Oh, did Saoirse want to refill on inventory points? And is
Oh,
it
yeah.
enough of a trip that it qualifies as a travel roll?
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do a travel roll. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I think you're headed through the city. You're headed down, probably catching the train if that's how you would get there. That's like the fastest way there.
I
So-
am terrified. This is the fastest I've ever moved in my life. So I'm feeling a bit cautious.
Ruin's gonna, because I can't help being a little bit of heart of gold with my pieces of shit characters. Ruin's gonna stand on the away side of train momentum so that if Miss Butterby goes boop, she goes boop into Ruin and he can straighten her
I've
back
seen this
out.
Anime.
Yeah.
I feel like the first time we stop, I immediately I slam into you so hard, like so hard. Feather hat in face, like drop half the stuff I'm holding, and then after that, I'm pretty much like against you. So then there's nowhere to go.
This is
You
an
have seen
entire
this anime.
genre. Yeah, this
Yeah.
exists.
I I know.
Yeah.
I'm fan servicing right now.
Amazing. Okay, yeah,
Don't
give
worry about
me. This is a minimal threat level travel roll, so it's just a D6. So it doesn't really matter. I think technically I'm supposed to roll travel rolls, but whoever wants to roll one, go for it.
I asked for it because
Matt,
I
yeah,
had
I was gonna
reasons.
say.
So I'll roll it. A 4.
Okay.
So nothing
Yeah.
happens.
Nothing happens. As a reminder, 6 or higher, something bad happens, or an encounter. The group encounters a danger. On a 1, the group makes an unexpected discovery. So.
I say nothing happens, except for the reason I asked. I get 2 inventory points because I have the Wanderer Resourceful skill. So basically, I'm gonna say this is on the train. Like they have these like little like emergency like med kits that are like on the wall, and like sorry, Miss Buttersby, and just Ruin just like grabs a bunch of it and just like pockets it, like just refills inventory points off of the stuff. Yeah.
It was either going to be that or like dumpster diving in the train trash cans. So yeah, I like that.
For sure.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, you make your way down there. Go ahead. What's up?
Just for also restocking inventory points, I can spend 10 pence.
10 pence per point.
Per point. Okay, so I will spend 20 pence to replenish. So that's 393. Cool.
I love the inventory point system for the consumables. This is just the dopest, like, hand wave of what could be overly crunchy into something really fun and JRPG.
Really simple.
Okie dokie, I'm good.
To the docks.
To the docks.
All right. Yeah, you arrive at the docks. The first thing you notice is that it's pretty busy at the docks. In a way that feels maybe unnatural, or like not normal. I guess not unnatural, but not normal. You see the normal things of like people going about their work, of doing the things that they do on a daily basis, right? You see the dock workers unloading ships, you see that kind of stuff. But there's also just sort of a pretty heavy presence of people just loitering, it seems like. But as you watch, the dock workers seem to avoid many of the loiterers. Like, don't make eye contact. They kind of keep their heads down when they're around, and a lot of the conversations of the dock workers as they're walking past sort of like die down as they pass the various individuals that are also just sort of hanging around.
This is a little weird, feels like.
Definitely feels odd.
Oh. Can we see if any of the loiterers have the same patch as what our captive? The
crowned fist gauntlet. Yeah.
The symbol of the Steel King. Yeah, the fist with a crown. Yeah.
Give me, anyone who's looking, give me a insight roll here. And just for we are now in essentially a conflict scene, though what you're building, so all your rolls are counting towards this clock. So failed rolls will increment the clock. We are in a scene here. That is you like asking questions, poking around the docks.
All right. I would instead, if we're in a scene and we're in a conflict, then I would like to, instead of looking, because Miss Buttersby is quite distracted at Bull, especially in this new world of exciting bits and pieces. So instead, she is pointing out the fashions, and in that, she is helping who looks like they need help. Does anyone
I'm
want
also
to
going to cast. I'm going to cast divination
bump
myself.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
So then I will help Ruin then. And I'm just pointing out the different fashions that maybe is helping narrow down maybe some of these symbols or whatnot. So I'd like to use Encourage. And so I use 5 mind points, and you have an extra 1d higher. And I don't know if you can go above max hit points.
I can't go above max hit. No, I
Okay,
don't
cool.
think so.
But if you're missing any, then you get 5.
I'm good there, but that does bump my D8 insight into D10. Which is pretty
Yeah.
sick.
Nice.
So yeah,
Did we rest to get all of our stuff back, or
We
how
have
does
all-
we get?
we had full mind points and hit points after that rest. Yeah.
Okay,
You
I really
don't.
need to remember what my max is because I keep crossing it out and starting again, and it's
Oh,
all in
there's a
pen.
separate.
And
If you're on the sheet, there's a separate column for that. So the column on the. Okay. Yeah, you know.
the max started the max changed so much that I've misplaced which is max and which is current because I've
Yeah.
written so many times.
Valid.
Like, I've written mine, so I've got like my max and then my current here.
I think my max is 61.
Damn. That's so squishy.
Nice.
So
Spartans, but
minus
you know,
5.
are you like a fashionista? Is that the word? You know a lot about this stuff?
I mean, not particularly. I just it was something to pay attention to 400 years ago. There wasn't much else to do. No, it is something that is quite interesting how much things are similar and yet have changed. The fabrics mostly, the fashions not so much. So it's just intriguing.
Fun. I mean, that guy doesn't know what he's doing. I rolled a 12.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I got a 7.
Okay. A 12 is a success. A 7 is a failure. And so, as Saoirse is kind of wandering around, looking at people's lapels or various places, there you can see a couple of the loiterers, we'll call them for now, just kind of eyeing Saoirse, like, why are you here? But yeah, Ruin, you managed to kind of surreptitiously glance at a number of these people. I think kind of getting the help of Teddy, pointing things out. Kind of, you're a little suspicious.
Any one of the people listening to our conversation immediately tunes out once they hear what we're talking about. Like,
it sounds so banal, completely
vapid and nothing. Yeah. Like, there's nothing to the conversation in a way that actually is giving us any sort of suspicious
and
activity.
the southern docks are near like the artisan blocks, which are the like shop district, like people like the fashion stores, like the places like that are going to be in artisan blocks. And so yeah, they probably get a lot of people here who are very just like, looking at, they're coming in because like people come in from the oceans and stuff too, and so like they bring like new fashions and things. Like they get people coming in for getting supplies or anything like that. So yeah, you managed to kind of avoid suspicion. And with a 12, yeah, a good number of these sort of loitering folks are wearing pins or in various places have emblems matching the Steel King's emblem. The hand, the gauntlet with a clinch around a crown. Yeah.
Well, we're definitely in the right spot. Should we split up and ask questions from anyone that isn't one of those?
Isn't or is?
Oh, therein lies the sticky wicket. I don't know.
We could flip for it.
We could always start with that. It's not like they're hard to find. We could always start asking not them, and then if we really run out of options, we could ask them.
That is true. I was thinking, should we all be asking about this person, or should we start off with a different question before delving into something further? Or are we going to go straight with we are messengers?
Actually,
If
how
we're-
common
have a
are
message
base kin?
for?
How common are base kin?
Yeah. everyone in Eklund's Fall especially, like, it's mostly human, but once you get past the human, everyone is pretty much in even, like, proportions. So,
Okay.
there's tons of people who live in the city, like, tens of thousands live in Eklund's Fall.
So we've seen plenty of them as we've been walking around. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not, humans are more common, but mostly split.
Cool.
I mean, if we split up, whatever suits your style. If you're better at direct questions, ask direct questions. If you're not, don't.
Yeah. All right.
There are multiple piers. Maybe we just pick a pier and go down it, see what happens.
Yeah.
I will say, you have kind of two options here. Both things are in the rules, which is kind of fun. You can do these as individual checks, in which case, though, any failure
is adding to that clock. Yeah.
is adding to the clock. But there are also group checks, which work the way that initiative works, where one person is the leader, and everyone else is rolling to add to the leader's roll. So if one person is asking the questions, other people can be doing things. You can tell me kind of like what you're doing with your support check, and you can like ask those questions. It is entirely up to you. What it'll kind of come down to is like, if the suspicion gets filled while you're doing a group check, it's going to be all of you trying to explain or figure out like what the problem is. If it's individual, you have an opportunity to potentially like get yourself out. So like if Teddy fails the final check, that will be like mostly suspicion on Teddy to begin with, and then it'll kind of ripple out from there. So
Gotcha.
And I've already drawn some suspicion. Do I know I've drawn some suspicion?
Yeah, I think as you're like you kind of like stumbling around, looking at like the pack, like trying to look for the emblems, you kind of get into a couple places where like you start to go somewhere you maybe shouldn't be, and like one of the loiterers kind of like
Restricted
shoves you
area
out of the way, and it's like, no.
Oh, my bad.
I am not good at talking to people, but I am good at getting into rough places. So maybe I try that way, and you could try nice ways.
Yes, I mean, I was thinking about looking for work. And then hopefully seeing if I can steer just conversations around.
That was a similar angle that I was thinking about. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, and then I can...
I was just to like, as a note, you can also do objective checks, or like an objective action, essentially, to try to reduce the clock if you would like. We'll
yeah. It's in like getting rid of suspicion. Yeah.
You'll have to tell me how you're doing that, and like we'll decide what.
I think we're
the
okay
is,
for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
One
something to
ticket
think about.
bad, but it is, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good to keep in mind.
So, I think we should split. Like, if Teddy's looking for work, Ruin's getting into rough places, and then I can be the messenger.
Yeah, I think that's
Sure.
perfect, because the suspicion's already on you, as in, why are you here? It is a great way for you to be like, this is why I'm here, without it there being any connection to the docs whatsoever. Like, it's like, I'm looking for someone, clearly. Could you not see me looking around? Like,
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, you
I
know
love
what's
it.
amazing?
Perfect.
We could just railroad this and go, I spend a Fabula point to find her.
No. She's right there. Fabula point.
I actually was thinking, like, when Conlon said that you'd like walk down somewhere maybe you shouldn't have, in my head I was like, oh, you should spend a Fabula point to have found a warehouse that they're guarding, and just add that to the world, just so then it's like something fun for us to look at later, maybe.
Yeah.
Nice.
We'll see how this goes.
Okay, with that, I think here, I'll do you a favor, and I'm just gonna shoulder check Saoirse as I go like over towards one of the loiterers, and I will just try and ingratiate myself in like a looking for bad work, like
Dirty work.
Is
Yeah.
this where I go to punch faces in?
You looking to get your face punched, or
I mean, if
Let's
they punch
cross my
back,
mind.
if they punch back, it's more. I'm looking for work, and I heard that there were people looking for work here.
well, you heard wrong. We've got everybody we need here. Unless you've got a recommendation from someone, you can go ahead and move along.
Really? Can I try and do a might willpower of like making myself look tough enough that they would be like, okay, maybe we could use this guy?
Yeah, absolutely. We will say. We'll say that's a 10. Just a 10 DL check.
Yeah.
Would you like my divination? Wait, can I see you?
No, I don't know.
No.
Yeah, we've said we've split up.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna let the.
Oh, because I was gonna ask, what was the shoulder check? Like,
the shoulder check was meant to be like, we are not together, and so like if I arouse suspicion, it's not gonna fall onto you.
Oh, I thought you were like shoulder check. Like, nope, back this way. Okay.
No,
okay.
I was making it clear that we are different people, and also like putting on a persona of like I'm a shithead.
Yeah. That's not a persona.
Nope, I just am one of those. You know what? I'll go ahead and spend my Fabula point now. I'll try and be helpful, because I rolled real shit on one of those. And I'm gonna say that good old disillusioned mercenary is probably good at acting. I have nowhere else to go because we got the vibe that they were like nihilistic cultists almost. Yeah. So leaning into that.
Yeah.
And I rolled better. I rolled a 12.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, I guess like what do you do? As this guy's basically just like, we don't need your help. Get the fuck out of here. You know. What does Ruin do?
I think Ruin like looks him up and down and then like, pretty sure you do need my help. Because if you're trying to be as tough as you think you are, you can use a bunch of tough guys. And I don't really like what the Alley Sharks or the Thalmians are doing. They want things to stick around. And I don't care if it all burns.
All right. Yeah. Okay. As you kind of like start speaking this guy's language a little bit more. Well, you, like I said, you'd need a recommendation, but it seems like you maybe share our values a little bit more than the average Joe around here. I mean, what can you show me that would prove your dedication to the Kings?
I don't know. What do you need done?
Well, I mean, we can't just take in every average Joe off the street, so, hey, Tiny, come here. And he calls over, and you see just the biggest fucking dude you've ever seen walks out from around the corner. You impress Tiny with a fight here, and we'll see what we can do.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of interview I like. Oh, weapons or no weapons?
Oh, no weapons for now. We've got good numbers, but no need to kill anyone.
Right, sure. Wouldn't want that happening.
All right, yeah, it's sidled up. You and Tiny. Give me. We're gonna just do an opposed check.
Okay.
But because of your like convincing worked well. This is not something that I think is in the rules a lot, but like we'll say you get like a static +2 to whatever you roll.
Okay.
Versus this guy, and he's just going to be rolling flat like the dice that he has.
Nice. Is this might?
Yes. Yeah, This is just a straight up trying to beat the shit out of each other.
Trying to beat the shit out of each other. Okay.
What'd you roll?
Sure. I rolled an 11 on the dice with a +2 that gets a 13.
All right. Tiny rolled a 4. So he walks up to you and looms over. I mean, he is easily a foot taller than Ruin, which is like kind of impressive. Like Ruin's tall. This dude's
Ruin's
massive.
tall.
Like probably nearing the like 400 pounds and lean muscle point. But Ruin has fought dudes like this before. He's been in these situations, and I think before the fight even starts, Ruin knows what's up and just clocks this dude directly in the jaw, and he drops. Not even a fight. Not even, like, he rolled so low with this that, like, he is down and out. And the guy that was talking to you originally, oh, well, okay, all right, that was... Jesus.
No one ever thinks to shoot for the jaw on those guys because they're always like, oh, they're so tall. I'll go for the legs. You don't hit the bottom of the trunk. You go for the top.
Yeah. All right. You've got my recommendation. And he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out and hands you a little token. It's got the symbol of the Steel Kings on one side, and on the other side, it's got like a number carved into it, and the number is like, we'll say 147. You can take that around to the back, and they'll get you placed.
All right.
What is everybody else doing? I'm also, I'm adding another clock real quick for those of you paying attention to the clocks. This was technically one that was like, should have been here to begin with, but we
figure it out
gathering information. Yeah. And this one is, like, how are things going?
All right, I will try and avoid any of the Steel King workers to begin with, and just go, excuse me, has anyone seen... Oh shit, do we decide if we were going to give out her name?
You're a messenger. I think we were leaning towards that as being okay. Yeah.
Okay. Misura. So yeah, to the dock workers. Has anyone seen a base kin, really nice brown fur, named Missoura?
Who are you're talking to, like the dock workers?
The dock workers, yeah. I'm avoiding anyone with a pin or a patch or whatever to begin with.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, give me... we'll just do like a willpower roll on this.
That's okay. That's an 8.
Okay. As you sort of walk around, you're really drawing some suspicion here. First, that is a failure. We were looking for a 10.
No.
But with this kind of a like rolling failure into opportunity kind of thing, you are gathering suspicion. But none of the dock workers seem to be paying you any mind. Like, all of the people you're trying to ask questions to are just like, they clearly hear you and are like, nope, not getting involved in that. They know some shit's going down here with the Steel Kings. They do not want to be on the bad side of those people. And after long enough of walking around, a dock worker that you haven't seen yet kind of walks up to you and, hey, miss, keep your voice down. All of these people have the same voice, apparently, because I can only do one accent in my head when I try to think of a new accent.
There's one dock worker voice, and it's that one.
Oi, miss, keep your voice down. If you if you're looking for somebody, come talk to me over here. And he sort of like motions you to like not an alleyway or like a kind of a secluded, darker corner where people don't seem to be looking around very much.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, that tracks. Now, it's quite dangerous to be asking questions around here, especially about people who've gone missing. Who are you looking for?
I'm looking for a beastkin. Her name is Misora. I am from her family estate, and her great aunt has been trying to get in contact with her.
Does she live in the docks? Why are you here looking for her? Why don't go to her home or wherever?
I've just come from her home, and she wasn't there, so this place seemed busy. I was hoping that someone had seen her.
So just trying really hard to sound proper, like come from wealth or something. Like
Trying to take.
Is it canon that when Saoirse laughs or lies, she can only lie in a very strong posh accent? It's amazing.
Incredible, yeah. Oh well, I mean, nobody really. There's a few of the dock workers like crash in the docks here, but for the most part, I mean, if you're looking for a beastkin, unless they work on the docks, they're probably not here.
Well, her family deal in.
Oh my god, Taylor's having mental blank, not Saoirse. Oh my god. Shit, what is the word I'm looking for?
We have no idea.
Say other words that are like it so we can
Yeah,
help.
you gotta give us some sort of context clue.
Exportation, like what is
import export
Merchants?
merchandise.
Yeah, but like
Merchants?
what is big, like linen or something? Like what's big in this city? Like what tends to move
Linen.
from Eklund's Fall?
Yeah, linen,
I mean-
tailors.
Yeah, they import basically everything. So like any good that
It's
you
a
can
big
think
city.
of. Yeah, and it doesn't have much
Okay.
production in and of itself. It produces magicians that then go out to the wider world. So
It produces magicians.
Okay. The family business is in importing and exporting different linens, so this dock seemed busy enough, so I thought I would hop down and see if she was here.
well, I mean, I suppose you can keep asking around. I wouldn't, unless you have some more information. I mean, I can maybe try to help, but just be careful. The new management is a little jumpy at times.
The new management? As in the dockmaster?
Well, I mean, yeah, technically the dockmaster's changed out. The foreman's a new chap, but no, I meant this area used to be owned by the Thalmians, and as of late, it seems that they've lost control of the protection racket for this area, and the Steel Kings.
How
have
long
moved in.
ago?
Well, that certainly doesn't bode well for business. When did this all happen?
It's been a month or so ago. Some big changes. I mean, for the dock workers, we show up, do our jobs, we get paid, but typically the gangs run some kind of protection plan here where, they keep us from getting hit by lower end criminals, and we kind of look the other way for what they bring in. But as of late, it's been a lot more of those fellas around. And he kind of nods to the people standing and like kind of guarding vaguely.
Okay, the loiterers.
Are you happy under this new management, or?
Yeah, my job doesn't change other than those idiots watching us all the time. Seems like I don't know if they're just trying to establish their control or if they're looking for something, but they've been hanging around the last few weeks.
Very well. Well, thank you very much for your help and advice. If you do happen to see anyone matching the description, and Sasha will have given like as much description to Mizuru as she possibly could, would you kindly send word to barge right in?
Oh, I mean, I guess I can. I'm just kind of a dock worker, but if I see somebody, I come by the barge right sometimes. I'll swing by and let you know if I see anything.
You said you would help.
You said.
Yeah.
If you're looking for someone who, let me say it this way. Sometimes people go missing at the docks. Sometimes they make their way down here and find themselves lost. If you were looking for someone like that and not just looking to bring an heiress her mail, I can recommend there's some warehouses on the East End that we don't go near. They're unused by the general dock workers.
And I'm assuming the new dockmaster has laid claim to those warehouses?
I wouldn't know what you're talking about.
Of course, of course.
We just don't deliver stuff there, if that's helpful.
Of course. Well, if there's no traffic heading there, then there's no point in me wasting my time going there either.
Exactly. Well, they're starting to look over here. I'm gonna go ahead and get back to it, but good luck and keep your head down. People don't like people asking questions.
Yeah, my friend says that a lot too.
Your friend sounds smart.
I mean, thank you for your help. I will let you get back to your job.
What's Teddy doing?
No idea.
Vibing. Just sitting in the corner.
Vibing. She's just chilling. She is looking for someone with a clipboard. Someone that looks important. Someone that looks like they're overlooking multiple ships, multiple venue things, dealing with things. I want someone pointing fingers. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay.
Authority.
Authority. I'm sniffing it out.
Yeah, I mean, you've already
I smell
done...
a strong-willed someone in this direction.
You've already done, like, a good amount of the recon on the various people that are around. There are there's the dock workers. None of them seem to really be... There's, like, varying levels. There's, like, the grunt laborers who are literally just, like, unloading boxes and shit. There's the people who are, like, checking off, like, making sure that the manifests of the ship matches the boxes and, like, doing logistical stuff like that. But on the, like, actual oversight side of things, there are the people with the Steel Kings who are there. They all seem to be relatively the same level. Theoretically, somewhere there is like a quartermaster, dockmaster, not quartermaster, but like a dock hand foreman. That's the word I was looking for. Who would like probably be a Steel King, but be like in charge more of like the ins and outs of the dock.
Is that, can I find him or is he not there?
Yeah, there's a foreman's office. You can head there.
Beautiful. I would like to do that. You said there was a market nearby.
The artisan blocks, yeah.
Yeah. Is it, can I buy food there?
Yeah. Yeah, there's like bakeries and various shops there.
How long could it take me to quickly make a trip to the market and fill a basket with fresh ingredients?
I mean,
And maybe a pastry too.
It's gonna take some time, but like,
Okay.
like it's not gonna take a whole day. So like, you can do that and
Okay.
come back. It's just gonna be a little bit later.
That's okay. I think I will take my time preparing for this moment.
Okay.
Once I find the foreman's office, I like look in there and I'm like, he looks famished. And and I'm going to quickly go and grab a basket full of bits and pieces that I can put like a delicious thick sandwich together, like something that would just be like a real nice snack to eat in the middle of this day.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Man.
I told you I'd find reasons to spend these pence. Like...
Yeah. So I guess give me like an insight willpower check. Just sort of like looking for stuff and also
10. Ooh, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay. Yeah. So you managed to find some cool like hidden shop kind of areas, like places that seem like maybe less trafficked, but more like the people who live in this area would know about them.
Yeah, they've been there 400 years.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
been there, their families
They go
been
way
running
back.
this business. Yeah, I know these shops.
So you find a couple. You find like a charcuterie store essentially. It's got like dried meats and that kind of stuff. You find some of that kind of stuff.
Cured.
And I think we'll say it'll cost 10 pence.
Okay.
To kind of load up on various, fruits and breads and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, you make your way back. It's, an hour or two has passed at this point. Probably 2 hours have passed since.
I'm happy to pass my turn back around so then we can do it in the next part of my turn. But that was great. Thank you. I appreciate you letting me do that.
You can do whatever you want.
I just went missing. Everyone's like, where the fuck did Teddy go?
When in doubt, Teddy's probably buying a snack. So, okay, yeah, we'll cut back to Ruin.
Hey, Teddy, your Edie's showing.
No, it's my Haley.
Yeah, it's Edie and Teddy's Haley.
She's a chef. Come on. I didn't do that, not on purpose.
No, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
fair.
I forgot that. Sorry.
Baked in.
Mm-hmm. She got that cookie tray, yo.
Oh, does that have to be repaired?
Oh, we'll worry about that later.
Okay.
I'm gonna put a plate over the top of it so no one can see the bullet hole.
Yeah, so Ruin, you after your 1-2 knockout, no issue there. You find your way kind of back behind some of the area. Interestingly, in the direction that Saoirse was told about. You wouldn't know this, but eastwardly towards those warehouses.
Those off-limits warehouses.
Yeah, seems like maybe the operating area for the Steel Kings down here. And as you get closer and closer, if you want, you can roll a check on this, but if you just want to go with the vibe of the narrative, it's fine. A dagger presses itself to your throat from behind. What are you doing here?
I will just hold up the little thing that I got with the number 147 on the back. I've impressed somebody enough to be invited.
What's your name?
Ruin.
A good strong name for a good strong chap. Sorry about that. He puts the dagger away. Can't be too careful these days, you know.
No.
Nasty folk about. If you're here to join the Brotherhood, to, cast your name in the annals of history, you've come to the right place. What are you looking for?
good way to while away the time. Good way to put my skills to use. Sort of did a good job of fighting my way out of any sort of long-term position. So I'm looking for something that'll last me for as long as it needs to.
Oh, well, that's certainly something we could do here. See how your skills measure up. Clearly, you've impressed someone else. So, yeah, I mean, welcome to the Steel Kings.
All right, where is there? Well, there are now 3 of us. I knocked out Tiny, so.
Oh, knocked out Tiny, did you? That would certainly impress some people. Can see how that happens. There's more of us. We've the little system of the coin that you have is our little token. You'll give it back to your sponsor, so it is as it is. When you're officially initiated, we're doing an initiation here in a couple days. But for now, you're free to avail yourself of our many services.
All right. Anything I should know about getting into it?
Have you ever been in a gang before?
I've been in mercenary companies and I've worked in groups before, but yeah, is it the same? You just sort of loiter around until somebody wants something and they poke you on the shoulder and yeah.
Keep your head down.
Okay.
You know, don't make a name for yourself too quick. That's often suspicious, but yeah, other than that, spend some time around here, see who you can meet. Initiations in a few days, and if you're lucky, the boss might even be there.
Oh, really? Who is the boss? I just keep hearing the boss. Like, whoa.
Unaware are we? This oftentimes people have run-ins with the boss before they find their way here for their initiation membership. The boss is Donovan.
Donovan. I'm not gonna lie, that I was expecting something less businessy.
We're a legitimate gang.
You saw where those 2 words disconnected, right? You said
Yeah,
legitimate, and then you were kind of stuck. Yeah.
Welcome
All
back,
right.
Linsfall.
Yeah, fair. Sure. I'll just anywhere wander around. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I'll get a lay of the land.
He pulls out the little welcome package that's got your Steel King's pin in it. It's it has a little bit it actually has this nice kind of ornate letter of just congratulations on.
They've really worked on their onboarding.
Wear this, you'll be, don't try to get into anywhere that you're not allowed, and you'll be all right.
Do I know where that is? How would I know where I'm not allowed to go?
Well, I mean, outside of people definitely just letting you know you're not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Just, watch out for if you see a door painted red, typically means don't go in there.
Oh, interesting. That's the opposite of where I'm from.
Glad you asked. Keep you from ending up dead.
Yeah. Is it like an instant death, or is it just oh, you went through the red door, we gotta kill you now?
It's if you go through a red door and you're not supposed to be there, they're not gonna ask questions first. Whoever's on the other side's gonna,
Gotcha. Yeah, fair.
Take care of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, makes sense. All right. I'm gonna see if I can find some snacks. Is there a mess hall?
Some of the boys have a, area where they post up. We have some good chefs actually in the Steel Kings here, and they've got a little market running over in the southeastern warehouse.
All right, in-house catering. I could get used to this.
Well, welcome to the club.
Thank you. And I'll wander in, but obviously just casing the place from the inside, like getting a lay of the land.
Cool. Yeah, as you walk around, you notice a good number of the doors do have like red markings on them, clearly indicating like some level that you haven't reached yet. You see a good number of other people around your like rank, so to speak. But yeah, if you're making your way over to like the food area, there's like a mess hall kind of thing. As you kind of walk around, I think Ruin specifically, because of your experience in your history, this feels kind of military. Like there's a weird kind of thing here where like normally you would expect a gang to be a little bit more less rank and file, right? More just sort of people doing whatever they want. But you see like what you think look kind of like barracks almost, and like there are clearly some people who are like posted up here. The mess hall is truly more of a mess hall. The guy that you talked to was kind of downplaying like this is, you see like people at tables like eating and like wearing weapons, and like this seems organized. It puts the organized in organized crime. And yeah, kind of shockingly, I think to you, your past experience would be the other gangs tend to be much more like integrated. They're just like people just like live in the city and like they are members of the gang and like part of that. Like this seems like someone's putting together.
This one is like you transplant from where you were to you're part of the gang now, and you hang out where the gang lives. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. I think Ruin's just gonna start like falling in, cozying up, and just being like, just gonna not probe actively, and is just listening and watching for it. Like wants to get a sense of who goes in the red doors, what is that rank, who does that, and then also just any word of prisoners or stock, like any word that might be euphemistically referring to someone that we're looking for.
Gotcha. Cool. Let's go ahead and jump back to Teddy, since Teddy has a plan with this food.
Yes.
She doesn't. My plan went out the window when there was good chefs in a mess hall.
I don't know that there were actually good chefs. It's just that guy
That's
said
true.
that they've got.
I'm going to find the foreman's office again, and I'm going to very politely knock on the door before letting myself in, unless he says come in. If he doesn't say anything, just.
Yeah, no.
So
he
sorry
doesn't.
for interrupting you.
Who are you?
Oh, hi. My name is Miss Theodora Buttersby. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Sure. What can I help you with?
Well, I see you here in this office, and I was noticing how. Now, and I'm going to lean forward to him, so like I'm like as if like I don't want anyone else to hear. And I don't know if this is going to be a good idea or not, but
Unbutton.
When I see something, no, nothing like that. This is like, yeah, she already has. She already has boob out, so she just puts her hands together as she holds the basket forward, and she says, "When I see something up and coming, I must be a part of it. So I'm here to offer my services as quite the accomplished cook."
For the dogs. I mean, we don't
for
typically hire
wherever
chefs.
you think my services would be quite required. Maybe you could send me to the right position.
I mean, the boys at the docks tend to just go to the markets to get their lunch, or they bring it with them. I'm not usually in the business of placing chefs.
And you believe the docks is the innovation I am talking about?
Why, I certainly can't imagine anything else a sane person would be asking about here.
Well, who says I'm sane? Have to have a little bit of eccentric attitude to want to grow with the world.
Well,
before.
I mean, sure. A nice lady such as yourself doesn't seem the type for the other work that's happening here.
A nice lady like myself knows how to fit in all situations. I can very much take care of myself.
What are you doing with the food?
I'm just holding it there right now. I'm because the conversation is, we're seeing how the conversation goes before I offer to make him something. But if he can't offer me a job, then I'm not fucking making him a sandwich. If he doesn't have anything to do with it, then I'm not putting that out into the world right now. I'm just being held there. He can ask me about the food if he wishes.
Okay, yeah,
Make him come to me.
Suppose I do have a hand in another business. I mean, you'd have to show me that that you have some skill that might be helpful, beneficial to said business.
I would be more than happy to show you if you would allow me so. And I gesture to the basket and pop it down on his desk.
Yeah, there's a desk.
Yeah.
Sure.
Do you mind?
Please, show me your skills. We'll see what happens.
And I would like to very trad wife video on Instagram Reels where like you pick up.
Today I will be feeding Jebediah and Annalise.
Sorry, I'm so sorry, but I had to because it's exactly the vibe that she's doing right now. An ASMR video of her making this thing. But what she's going to do is once like all these beautiful fresh ingredients are out, like, you know, anything to make someone drool, I then am going to use 10 mind points to do Blade Storm as I chop everything up with a flourish.
Incredible.
Yeah. So I'm like, so I'm going to show him what I'm useful for, as I also have this like sweet, very like ladylike smile on my face, exactly what he said. Like, what is this lady doing here? And then I'm gonna like with my
amazing
knives. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we get that like sort of anime JRPG, like it cuts away from the food, shows his face as he's like reacting. And it's just like, oh,
and it's just like the marks go.
Yeah, the sound of knives, and then like it cuts back to these like just perfect, beautifully made. What are you making, I guess, is the question. What is it?
I'm making him like a delicious, it's like ham, turkey, mustard, mayo, lettuce, tomato, maybe I'll chuck some pickles on there. And like, yeah, I've grated a carrot. There's everything. I've put a little garnish to the side, and at the end I like flip a toothpick up and it just stabs straight into the center. Actually, no. You know how like some restaurants do burgers and they'll put like a steak knife through the center?
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Just a knife.
A knife. There's just a fucking knife through the center as the toothpick. And I step back because it landed in front of him.
Amazing.
In the animated version, it's just like Dungeon Meshi, where it has one animation style for the whole show, and then when it shows the freeze frame of the food, it's a completely different, higher res animation style.
It's definitely that anime effect of just like, this food looks better than any food has ever looked in reality. It's like the freshest tomatoes, the freshest things, like unbelievable.
The bread is sparkling for some reason.
Yeah, you get a little like as it like shines. Incredible.
Like it over the top of my head, 3 stars. Like
you
nailed the cooking mini game.
He
Teddy
like
wins.
As he's watching, you see like a little bit of like drool kind of dribble out the side of his mouth, and he's like, oh. And he kind of like tries to nonchalantly be like, I don't know, like, oh god, I guess I'm gonna try. And he picks it up and he takes a bite, and I think for just a second
his cheeks go red.
He just like, he has like an out of body experience for a moment eating this sandwich, This is the sandwich from Adventure Time. The Jake's sandwich that he, it fucking brings people back to life. This dude, for a moment, contemplates his like purpose in life as he is, thinking about like
he gets maybe 10 temporary hit points.
Yeah, he's like, maybe I don't want to be the dock foreman for this gang. Maybe I just want to dedicate my life to this sandwich. And he's like, no, that's insane.
Looking for a wife?
He might be. Only one way to find out. This is the guy. He's coming back in time with you.
What's his last name?
He's got a name on the desk. It does not appear to be the same as.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. All right. I stay silent with a demure smile on my face. Very mindful. Very demure.
Well, that is certainly the best sandwich I've ever eaten. Good guy. I mean, if you're looking for work, I'm sure we can find a place for you with knife skills like that. I'm sure you'll fit in with our other business, but honestly, if you can keep making food like that, I don't think the boys will mind at all.
That sounds just lovely. Thank you. You've been quite agreeable. It's been wonderful.
Yeah, here, and he pulls out another coin with the symbol on it and a number on the back. This one's 213, and hands you that.
Thank you.
When you go around, let them know I sent you over and that I've recommended you for the chef position in the barracks.
And what should I call you, sir?
You can call me Spike.
Spike, lovely.
Well, I look forward to enjoying mini sandwiches from you.
Absolutely. I have quite the repertoire, but sandwich was the best way.
Agreed. And if you're ever free an evening, let me know. He like gives you a full-toothed smile, which is like 7 teeth.
Can we roll for hotness? Never mind. Actually, no, wait.
You said it, and then the 17th hit your brain. It's just like, oh.
Actually, you know what? Because like some hockey players are like, so let's just roll for hot. Can we roll for hotness? Because he might be hot with those 7 teeth. All right. I got a 5. He's not hot. All right. Beautiful. I would very much enjoy that. Thank you. And I turn and leave.
Cool. Yeah, you.
And I take my basket with me. I'm gonna keep this basket that I've made up that I have now.
Yeah. I mean, we're avoiding suspicion pretty well here. I guess. Yeah. Generally.
Our goal was for information, instead we're infiltrated.
Yeah. You just like joined the gang.
It's a good way to get information is to just be part of the problem.
Yeah.
Give me, Matt, Ruin, give me I guess like a willpower roll.
Okay.
Or insight willpower, I'll say. Insight willpower is kind of closer. Information gathering, trying to figure. Yeah. That kind of like you're listening and trying not to be too obvious, but like also trying to gather like something from that.
Yeah. Same dice. I've got D8 for both insight and willpower. Dex is my weak. Oh no. Oh no. That's a 3.
Oh, okay. So that is 6 less than the DC of 10, which means that I believe is 2 ticks on the clock.
That fills a 2 ticks.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
How did you fail so spectacularly?
Sorry. It's 1 for a failure, and then 2 additional for a failure of
3
6
total.
or less.
So we're 1 tick away from Steel King's suspicion.
Yeah.
What did
Can
what
we
did
can
fuck
we can
this up?
fix this now. We can fix this.
Yeah, we can try and we can slow that clock down if we have actions to
Yes.
do it. Just don't let
Yeah.
me roll for them.
Yeah.
I
I'm gonna try and help immediately, but Sersha can also maybe act suspicious to take it off of it.
No, that doesn't happen. No.
That would go the wrong way.
I do think.
Yeah.
I'll
If it's an
pitch.
objective thing, though.
I'll pitch something to you, which is that I think seeing the similarity to like a military situation is a source of familiarity, but an uncomfortable one.
Yeah.
So it probably has Ruin maybe like zoning out a little bit, like being a little bit spacey rather than being entirely keyed in.
So yeah, and I think with that like sort of spaciness as well, Ruin like you're almost like pulled between different worlds here in a weird way, where like you're pulled back to your history, and like so you have that weird like in the nicest way possible, that weird like undercover cop vibe of like you're trying a little too hard to not fall into that military thing, but like at the same time you're still falling into it a little bit. And so as you're, nonchalantly hanging around listening for people to like
fellow
drop
kids.
hints. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And like it's weird because you're like, I think you like kind of oscillate back and forth between that like, oh shit, I'm being too much like the mercenary military thing. Then it's like, oh no, now I'm being too much like the gang thing. Like you're kind of weirdly like bouncing back and forth. And it just like, it's like, you go and sit down at a table, you bring your little like lunch tray over, and everybody kind of looks at you like, what's this dude's vibe? And you're like, hello. And they're like, I don't like that. And they like walk away. And I think, some of the people hanging out like longer in this area, the people who are just sort of like chilling in the mess hall, not really, like their jobs aren't like on right now. They're starting to notice that like you got just kind of a weird vibe going. But we'll say you do overhear some things. I mean, like, it just because, like, the role was really to tell, like, how much you overhear. Like, how much suspicion did you generate? Not really so much, like, did you or did you not hear something? So I think you do gather, like, a vague layout of this area. There are 3 main warehouses. And I think some of this is probably you coming up and being like, hey, so about those red doors, and people are like, dude,
we don't talk about those.
Why are we talking about this? Yeah. But you kind of get like a general vibe of like this warehouse that you're in right now houses the main barracks and the sort of like mess hall for like the rank and file Steel King members. They are organized more like a military than like a gang typically would be. They're like mid-level bosses. They're like grunts, then mid-level bosses, then like almost like general level, like inner circle, and then there's like Donovan at the top. There's another warehouse that is completely unknown. Like no one's even talked to anyone who has an inkling of what goes on in there. And like to the point that it's just the top of the top general level people who like have any idea, or who people have even like seen going through those doors. And then the sort of middle warehouse, so if you have like the east, middle, and west warehouses in this like area, the middle warehouse seems to be, once you've sort of proved yourself, that's like where the initiations take place. That's like where general gang business goes down. And so vibe-wise, if they were keeping a prisoner here, likely in that middle section seems to be where things are.
Gotcha. Okay. So just double checking there's like Donovan, inner circle, mid-level bosses, and then rank and file. The inner circle are the ones that are going in the red rooms and to that third questionable warehouse of unknown contents. Okay. Oh, this is stupid. I think he's gonna go with the vibe of like, clearly the cafeteria does not want me in it. So I'm just gonna wander. And is there a differentiation between the pin, like the badge that I have versus the badge that somebody that could go into the middle warehouse has? Or is it all like, do I know your face?
Yeah, it's much more like I think you could probably see some people going in. They don't seem to be looking any different than you are. You get the idea that they probably have like some reason that like you actually see like it's that classic like little sliding plate in the door and someone's just like, what do you want? And then they give some like keyword or like something that lets them in and gives them, it seems like the gang conducts most business out here in the docks. Like they own the docks. They are like running this. That is like the secret shit. So like the initiation happens in there so that there's no like eyes on it. But it's not the like the super super top secret, who the fuck knows what's going down. Yeah.
Okay. This is dumb, but I think I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna grab some extra food, and it's extra because it's shitty. Like it's the like just the scrap pot.
Scraps. Yeah.
And I'm gonna act like I'm doing food delivery to. I'm gonna assume that there are prisoners, and I'm gonna assume that they're not starving them to death, but they just feed them the shit stuff. So I'm gonna act like it's food delivery time.
Okay.
And I'm going for that middle building.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Real quick, let's cut over. What is Saoirse doing at this moment?
Saoirse would be trying to be as stealthy as she possibly can.
Ninja shit.
Yeah. Dope rogue shit to try and get as close and as unseen as possible to this warehouse that she has no business being near. That the dude told her to stay away.
Yeah, so I guess which one would Saoirse be trying to get into? Is it going to be that middle one that seems like there's basically what Saoirse would see is there's 3 warehouses. There's one that has a lot of people in it. That seems fairly open. People walking around all have the badges, but like that's the one where Ruin is right now. It's like the mess hall barracks area. There's the middle one, which there's some traffic going in and out of, and then there's the like leftmost one that is just like probably if you watched, you probably wouldn't see people go in and out like at all.
That one. And if it's possible, because I ripped the patch off the other dude, is there any way that I can like try to attach it or wedge it or like
yeah,
I have it on my person. Oh, it was a pin? Perfect.
Yeah.
I'll put that on
you can
as well.
Yep,
I still want to be sleuthy, just because Saoirse's now like having fun with this. But now she's like got a pin, so if I'm caught, I have something to fall back on.
Okay. And you're trying to get into the like maximum security danger room one.
Yeah. Maybe not necessarily in, but at least like checking in windows, seeing if there's any like broken windows or like roof like any roof hatches that are going to be easy to get down in. Just doing a full scope of this building.
Okay, cool. Give me I guess like a dex check.
Bet. I think that's a crit. 2 10s.
Amazing.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, 20? Are you kidding?
Yeah,
huge number.
Incredible. So that is our first crit. Yeah, incredible. That gives you, that's an automatic success. So like you succeed, but it also is a success with opportunity, which means you can choose from a list. There's a couple different things that happen with an opportunity. So advantage, you can give the next check performed by you or an ally a +4 bonus. Affliction, this one doesn't super apply because you're not like in combat, but that's a creature suffers dazed, shaken, slow, or weak. Bonding, you can create a bond towards something or someone and add an emotion to one of your existing bonds. Faux pas, choose a creature present on the scene. They make a compromising statement chosen by the person who controls them. This is interesting because you're all in the same scene, and like technically within the rules, you could just say that happens like by Ruin. Like it doesn't have to be somebody you're talking to. Favor, your actions earn you someone's support or admiration. Information, you spot a useful clue or detail. The GM may tell you what it is or ask you to introduce that detail yourself. Lost item, an item is destroyed, lost, stolen, or left behind. Progress, you can fill up or erase 2 sections on a clock. Plot twist, something or someone of your choice suddenly appears in the scene. Scan, you discover 1 vulnerability or 1 trait of a creature you can see. Doesn't super apply. And then unmask, you learn the goals and motivations of a creature of your choice.
Ooh, on page 41. Okay.
There's some cool options.
Yeah.
There's some very cool options.
Progress is the most direct mechanical route because that's a lot of clock segments.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well, also
I'm
your
tossing up
check,
between-
because your check is 20. That means that it's going to be that it's 6 over the DC, assuming it was 10, unless that check isn't filling the gathering information clock. But that would be 3 sections on its own already.
Yes. So, yeah, I mean, I can just tell you, like, clockwise, you have filled the gathering information clock.
Hell
which,
yes.
the way that'll kind of work, because you rolled 6 or higher, it was a DC of 10. You rolled 6 or higher, and we'll kind of like resolve all of that together, like with the final plan. Like basically, that just means that like this is the last action of like gathering information that's gonna happen, and like everything else will kind of like roll together. So you don't really need to do that. You could reduce the suspicion clock with progress, or go for something else. Like, up to you.
Information use.
Find an open window. Find an open window. Find an open window.
So yeah, I was like, I'm either going to progress and erase it, or information. You spot a useful clue or detail. Yeah. Yeah, let's informational progress.
Nice. Oh, you're asking.
No, or information or. I mean, you guys already have your in, so you guys can go. Wait, we're out.
I don't know if it's more important to give us wiggle room on the suspicion, like if we're gonna hang out here and keep doing stuff and we're still competing with that clock, or if it's more important, like now that we've finished the gather information clock, if it's just like cool, find a clue and we get out. I don't know, because if we're all here, there's legitimately cause to just do a prison break if we can find her.
I was thinking we should probably we could start a new clock, which is, prison break. And then that would mean you using it to decrease. Ooh. But I also was thinking about using mine to decrease anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be pretty much spending the rest of my time here just like distracting everyone with delicious food.
So maybe if you could, it's kind of both, right? Because if you're finishing the gather information clock, I'm assuming that means that we're gonna know where she is. Now, if there's a prison break clock, can she immediately use the opportunity to start filling that in and like making progress on that, or is that too much?
Or it hasn't started yet because the scene has to like finish after all this stuff. Yeah. Then it starts, and then there's a new clock.
The scene technically hasn't started yet.
Okay.
Well, the scene has, but like that clock hasn't started yet. That is going to be like the next bit, and we're in kind of a weird spot because you got the information, you're gathering the information. Saoirse's not looking in the building that has the prison.
Her.
Yeah, she's looking somewhere else.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Progress-wise, like, we can figure out how that reduces suspicion if you want to use the progress. But like, yeah, it doesn't really super apply to filling this clock yet. So
that's fair.
Yeah.
It could just be then a clue because you're in the super secret warehouse.
Yeah. So information. I spot a clue or detail. The game master will tell me what it is or ask me to introduce that detail myself. Yeah, you tell me.
Yeah. That's my choice.
Your turn to improv.
Yes.
Excuse me.
So, couple things stand out to Saoirse immediately. Sort of digging through, I think not just looking through the windows, you're like full on stealthing through this area. First thing you notice is you can't get in. Everything is locked down unless you were going to try to maybe like break your way in, and probably loudly, you can't get in. But like looking through, I think the detail clue that Saoirse notices most is that this warehouse looks worthless. Like there are boxes, but none of them seem to really have anything interesting in them. There's like layers of dust on everything inside. There's not, like, looking through, you don't see anything that indicates the level of protection that this place has. I think because Saoirse's Fae, because she's kind of got this like connection to magic, you also feel sort of a weird, like, not only is it seem hard to get into this place, like all the windows are locked down, you also feel a bit of a like push to leave. Every time you look through the window, something catches your attention elsewhere, and like every time you maybe put your ear up to a door, like a dog barks in the corner. Like it's just weird things that are unrelated to the building itself. But Saoirse through this sort of builds this picture that like this place is enchanted. It's locked down in a way that it shouldn't be locked down if it were just a warehouse, and what you're seeing inside is too perfect to be right. It's too perfectly a dusty, shitty warehouse that no one's using.
It's too warehousey to be a warehouse.
Yeah. It's an illusion, Michael.
It's an illusion.
They're illusions.
Cool.
Yes. So, because clocks are global, what we're going to kind of roll here through is you've all filled the gathering information clock. So, Teddy and Ruin, actually, I think both end up in the kitchen at the same time. Teddy, you go through your little orientation, initiation. Somebody hands you your pin, and you get your coin. Like you basically go through the same thing Ruin does, and unless you really want to roleplay that, yeah. You and like very specifically, they're like, oh, head to the kitchens. You head that way. If
Rude.
you're heading that way.
Okay.
Get back in the kitchen. Teddy.
Oh,
I know, I'm just being a bitch. It's
I
funny.
love it.
What's new?
Oh my god.
So, Ruin, as you go to the kitchen to try to find some like scraps, I think probably digging through, leftover like you find you make yourself a little like potato peel and onion skin sandwich, right? Like you see Teddy inside. I guess
Well, I
what's
introduced
Teddy doing?
myself I introduced myself with a flourish when I arrived. And I'm still carrying a basket full of, because I mean, imagine when you buy stuff, it makes more than one sandwich. So I've got a basket still full of produce, and I flit into the room towards the mess hall and I say, "Who's hungry?" And I just watch for anyone. And if not, then I just start fucking making stuff.
Ruin just clocking Miss Butterbee's arrival, just going like.
And the best part is that like I went through orientation, so I have a pin, I have a little tote bag, like
a lanyard.
Yeah, a little lanyard there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a cloak.
Definitely just like oh no. Oh, this is fine, but also potentially bad.
I did it.
You did. Trying to acknowledge but not acknowledge, and just be like, gonna go do the thing I was gonna do before they know that I know you and you know me.
Yes, I don't even acknowledge you unless you say you were hungry. You didn't get my eye contact.
Nope. Like probably sees Ruin doing a Kronk impression, just rolling forward the absolute cock up that was that 3 on drawing suspicion, just like
So
exiting
now
most ungracefully.
yeah, goodbye. I'm going to do an objective action and try and reduce the suspicion clock by, if they're not interested to begin with, I will make them interested with fancy knife work and delicious food. And I'm gonna fucking go through their pantries. I'm gonna look at stuff. I'm gonna look for someone who's gonna tell me off. And if they are, I just give them a stern look as I continue to chop and create. Wait 1 moment. You won't be angry then.
Okay, yeah. So
I'll spend another 10 mind points as well, just for flourish. Because I want them to be impressed and intimidated and intrigued by this lovely lady in the kitchen.
Okay. Yeah. Give me. I guess like a willpower check. To reduce this objective.
12.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's good enough. It is not higher than the like it's not 3 or higher or 6 or higher, so it's gonna just be 1 tick. But
yeah,
Teddy cooks up a storm, gets everybody. You actually like I think Ruin, as you're like walking out, you hear like someone walking into the mess hall being like, hey, have you heard about the new chef? She's apparently cooking up a bunch of new stuff. We ran over right away. And
I haven't, but she's putting on a show apparently.
So yeah, you have reduced suspicion by 1 tick, and successfully cooked a bunch of food for a criminal syndicate.
Yeah, they all have 4 temporary hit points.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna find myself a husband. I'm asking everyone's last names for them.
The fucking harem here of the 50 people who are eating your food could be possible to know.
Roll for hotness.
Go for it. Roll me a d20.
The average hotness of the assembled mess hall gang.
Hotness.
Uh-oh.
I got a natural 1.
Hell yeah.
No.
Incredible. Yeah. These guys are rough.
No, it's a 7. It's a 7.
Okay.
It's a 7.
Still.
The 1 is there. It's a 7.
Yeah.
It's not great, but it's still it's not as bad as it could have been.
I was picturing the hot tub scenes in like Dan to Dan, where it's just like the men slowly morph into like horrifying creatures the longer they're on screen.
Yes. 100% would have been that. With a 7, they're fine. They're
A little
you see a couple that you're like, damn, that guy's
workers.
like whatever Teddy's attracted to. You see a couple that almost have that quality, and then just do something, and you're just like, never mind. These are
BO.
Yeah,
Yeah, a lot of BO, and you know what? Not a lot of petite men in in a gang.
Teddy likes some Twinkie.
Yeah, she likes some tiny.
Incredible. Well, that's established canon now, and we might see the first case of twink death in Tales in the future of this show.
Teddy's pretty tall too.
Yeah.
I'm writing it down in my notes.
Yeah.
Teddy likes to twink.
Someone's gonna twink to twunk, and it's gonna be a time.
She also has a praise kink.
Yeah, that was established this as well. Okay.
I'm also writing that down because I forgot to.
So yeah, bringing the suspicion down, gathering information. Basically, this is like the point at which we're gonna like kind of round out and end the gathering information clock. Ruin, we are just rolling that into like you get to the door, you're carrying the food. The guy opens the thing, so what do you want? I mean, we don't have to roleplay this whole thing if you don't want.
Food for the chaff.
And he kind of looks at the food and is like, this would be an insane thing to do if you weren't like actually taking food to this person. Like clearly this guy's just like, this makes sense. Like it totally makes sense that this would be what you were doing, especially with the food you're bringing and all of that together. And so, all right, well, bring it on in. You know where to go. And he opens the door, lets you in to the hall.
Internally, yep, I 100% know where to go. Just keep moving.
So this warehouse has been converted into a couple different like rooms. Instead of being just a big open warehouse, this inner one is very sort of maze-like and labyrinthian in its setup. As it kind of winds throughout the big open area, these walls and like temporary rooms have been built. You see like in a couple of the rooms, most of them don't have doors. In a couple of the rooms, there's various people like looking through items. You know, some of them are seeming to be maybe appraising some stuff. It seems like maybe they keep some of their like fences and some of their like more illegal goods here. I think one big thing that you notice is that there's a lot of Arcana tech in here.
Maybe some boxes that look like the ones that were in the spire. Yes,
they seem to be looking for something, or like looking for goods of some kind. So I guess actually a couple things. One, you see things that are definitely not the tech from the spires. You see like modern Arcana tech that they seem to be running in some way. You see lots of illegal shit too. Like, you know, they kind of just have their hands in the import and export of all sorts of illegal goods.
Yeah, they're operating out of a dock. Yeah,
is part of that. But as you kind of make your way around, it's pretty straightforward, actually. Like, you kind of just go until you find a room that isn't one of those and looks like a jail, right?
Yeah.
And like, it's pretty easy to find. And inside, it's clearly not like a holding cell that they're not in the market of like keeping prisoners, but like, it's an open room, very dingy. In the corner, a cat folk female is hanging with her hands bound above her against the wall. And when you walk in, she kind of looks up at you in that cool, fun, like cat eyes glowing in the dark look.
Yeah.
Fuck, I have to think about what her voice sounds like. This is the worst part of DMing, is having to come up with different voices.
You have a bajillion voices. We just have the one.
Yeah, so she looks up, cat eyes sort of flash in the dark. Here for more, are you? And that's where we're gonna cut it for tonight. Leave it right there. We will start back next time with
Taylor, who never realizes we've been going for 3 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I get so caught up.
We're in it. We're in it.
I know.
But yeah, that's where we're gonna call it for tonight. We will be back next week with more of this. We'll see what happens with the jailbreak. And until then,
we'll see how Fiona's test went.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Hopefully Fiona will be back. We'll roll for that. We'll see how that goes.
You should just pull up like an 8th grade test from some subject and just make it.
I should have put a clock that was just like, how is Fiona doing on the test?
Yes.
So yeah,
just have to periodically roll for it.
Roll for it in the background. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Until next time, check out our Discord, check out our Patreon, come hang out with us. Check out our other shows. We've got more stuff happening every week than just this, though this is the best show for sure. But yeah, until then, everyone take care of each other, be good to one another, do all the things to each other. I have to get to the end screen, so I'm stalling. And
do all the things to each other.
Yeah, do all the things to each other. Are you ready for more tales?
Consensually.
Oh!